What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Back at it. Success. We rescued the pilot. It took a minute. Had to find him. They say he had a beacon on. Crawled up into the mountains. Hid himself. His beacon was on. They knew they couldn't get to him. They was getting his beacon when they went in, and there was some problems. There were some problems, but couldn't get to him. But they managed to get to him. They found him, which is a good thing because it would have been a disaster if they didn't find him. And I got reports that he was on the ground, say he had some injuries. He was trying to stabilize him. But we can go with what we know. What we know is that he was rescued. And he's coming home. And hopefully this reminds everybody the value of American lives. You know, you don't leave a man down. You don't leave a man behind. And maybe this incident will wake up this administration with this ground troops belief, you know, that you should put ground troops out there. There was even Mark Levin said that they need to build a base in Israel. You know, that's going too far. That's going too far. Happy Easter. And remember about the troops, man. Don't forget about the troops. We still got people over there. They're spending their holiday on a ship away from their family, away from their country, away from the things that they love. They're over there serving so you don't have to. So you can go and enjoy your life. And you can't forget that. Too many times we do. We make light of it. We take it for granted. We don't respect the commitment of our United States military. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Easter here. It wouldn't be no March Madness. It wouldn't be any of that. It's because those who are willing to serve and they're willing to fight where others refuse to. This is a wonderful thing. So I don't believe he's rescued. Trump lies so much you can't believe anything. Yeah, you're right. That's the problem with lying. It's just like with the Chicken Little. If you lie a lot, nobody will believe the truth. And we don't know. And there's all types of reports. There's so much propaganda that we've been being fed. I'm going to go with the assumption that they got him. They said they found him. They found him using the tracker. The tracker was sending out a signal. Said some kind of way he had got on a mountain ridge and he hid himself. And he was cut on his location tractor. And they were trying to find him, but they couldn't. I guess he got inside where in the cliff you couldn't see him. He was too high to be seen from the ground and from the air. I guess he positioned himself where you really couldn't see him from the air. And the beacon led him to there. Also had to make sure they were going to be able to get there. And they had suppression fire. Had it been a smaller rescue group, had it been fewer people, it's possible that this wouldn't have been as successful. But since they had so many people, so many ships, they were able to suppress the Iranians and the bounty hunters, get in. I think we lost one ship, but get in, get down, rescue the guy, and get him back. That's another thing to celebrate on your Easter Sunday. And don't forget about the troops, man. Don't forget there's still servicemen overseas in a foreign land so that you can go hop in your car and do what you want to do. If you want to go to church, you can go to church. If you want to just shoot ball, you can go run some basketball. You want to watch sports, you can watch sports. You want to watch a movie, you want to just sit back and enjoy liberty. It's because we have people who are willing to miss those days and give up that opportunity so that you can indulge. And oftentimes we take that for granted, but we can't take that for granted. So, A was in no imminent threat from Iran. I don't know what you mean by that. That man is happy home. I can imagine the type of fear sleeping on a mountain in Iran, not knowing if your beacon is even working. No water, injured. He probably was full of prayer. He probably was just praying that he could get rescued. And he made it. And Trump, this administration really went out their way for this one. This wasn't a chopper. This was a unit of people going in to try to get him out of there. And they got him out. Okay, understood. Got him out, rescued him. Got him out, saved him, rescued him. Good thing. But that was one pilot. And we value them all. That's why you need to be careful with this ground troop stuff. As we enjoy our Easter, however you celebrate it, Don't forget about the troops. They're fighting for my freedom, your freedom, all of our freedom. And they're not going to be able to enjoy the spoils of America. And this thing is taking too long. This thing is taking too long. So they're not fighting for our freedom in this war. Are they away from home? Are they away from home? And what we have to accept is Trump is the president. Now, all the experts, all these generals, he's getting rid of them. He got the majority votes. All of that stuff that's in the Constitution, he can replace these generals. He can replace these people. Say he's fighting for Israel. Is that what he's doing? Man, I don't know. He said, what is this war about? I don't know. I don't know. He got the votes. He said he lied, but he got the votes. And he sent in troops to save this downed pilot. And we celebrate that. What's up with you, Miss Lacey? We celebrate that. That's the real pilot. Well, I don't know where you're getting pilots. That's one pilot. They rescued the pilot, and the other guy is a troop. He's just at the front of a troop line. And we got individuals right now over there serving. And we got the support staff, and we got the hospitals, and we got the doctors. We got all of these people who went over there to Iran to rescue this guy. And they didn't leave him behind. They didn't say he's a casualty. He's not worth it. That's, once again, that goes back to my whole ground troops. Because I believe that it's expired. It goes back to ground troops. All of them are valuable. None of our service people are expendable. And as you enjoy your Easter, remember the troops. Maybe you got a family member, a cousin, maybe somebody from the church, maybe somebody in your city. Say a prayer for them. If there's service members that you know about, say a prayer for them. I'm going to tell you something else you can do. A lot of these homeless guys, not all of them, but some of these homeless guys, they've been through issues and situations, and sometimes you'll see them, they'll be back be back in the back. Now, you don't have to take them home, but you can go up to them and give them some support. And if they want to live like that, if they want to live out there, using drugs and, they're going to pay for that anyhow. You got to show some appreciation with that. He said, you're making it like the black guy. Who said that? Where are you getting at? It says rescue right on the pilot's face. No, you see that, brother. See, this is the problem. You only see what you want to see. And you got a thing against black people, clearly, because to even think that we celebrate a black person, that drives you mad. You see what I'm saying? What if I did do that? No, we got to support the troops. We got to appreciate the troops. We have to support the troops. They're there they joined. Trump was elected. The generals, he's gotten rid of a bunch of them. He's cleaning house. He went in and he got this pilot, which tells me he understands the value of the lives of Americans. That's any president. You would have to think twice about ground war. The lives of American service members have to matter. There's no such thing as a expendable amount. Oh, well, we'll only lose 10%. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And happy Easter, man. And enjoy yourself today. And think of the people that are not able to partake of what you can. That should make you appreciate the society even more. Pilots rescued. He sent in the troops. Maybe he's home. Maybe he's in the hospital right now. But it's a good day, man. It's a good day for us. And we got Trump says we got him. Over the past several hours, United States military pulled off a search and rescue operation for one of our incredible crew members, who happens to be a highly respected colonel. He's safe and sound. He fell behind enemy lines, hid himself in the mountains of Iran. He was being hunted. The United States military sent dozens of aircraft. Yeah, that's something that's dozens. He sustained injuries, but he will be just fine. We will never leave an American warfighter behind. The fact we were able to pull off both of these operations without losing an American or even get one wounded. We have achieved overwhelming air dominance and superiority over the Iranian strikes. Yeah, this is a wonderful day. It's a wonderful moment. And like I said, don't forget about the troops. Don't get sidetracked and forget about the troops. Troops are the most important thing. They're absolutely the most important thing. And this war Trump once again says the United States would attack the power plants if they don't open the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump said he's going to bomb Iranian power plants within the next 2 days. Trump, seemingly emboldened by the success of rescue of the American airmen, issued a new ultimatum to Iran to end its chokehold over the Strait of Hormuz. And Iran responded and said that if Trump does that, they're going to bomb power plants in Israel. It says Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day. And we got missile strikes on Israel. Iran has responded to Trump's threats of bombing the power plants. And they said Trump is on the brink of madness. Yeah, who knows how this thing's going to play out, man. But anyhow, we can be thankful. As an American, you can sit back today and be thankful we went and got a airman. We rescued him. We got this guy. He's getting the treatment he needs. I don't know if he's home yet, but we rescued him. And what that does, like I said, is that shows you the value of each and every one of us. If they're willing to take 12 ships, all of this radar and all of these manpower to find one guy, that tells you that you can't really have a ground war. You can't effectively have a ground war. Yes, he was rescued. Why do you keep saying he wasn't? They said he was hurt. I don't know where he is. They said when they got him, he was hurt. They had to administer some type of first aid, and they said once they got that, they was gonna put him on a plane and get him out of there. Yes, they found him. Oh, you're talking about the lies. You're right. I know. So from that, if you're going by that, then you're right. I'm going by what I've been told. Yeah, it is wild how the United States we stay in the Middle East so much, man. This is something that in people's entire lives they've been talking about the Middle East. And Lebanon, they said that they're decimating Lebanon. So they're taking that apart. They're going to make that. They're going to annex that. Well, we have to pray for our troops too. We got to remember our fellow countrymen overseas during this day, this religious day for some. But it's just not just hold it to that. No matter what you do today, whatever you do, you don't have to go to church. You don't have to even believe in Easter. Don't forget about the troops. And this doesn't have anything to do with Trump. You don't have to like Trump. Don't forget about our American troops. And they're going through a sacrifice, man, so that you can make your decision to live any kind of way you want to. You make that decision. You make that determination. It doesn't come from anybody else. Alone and away. Yeah, the second pilot was also rescued. They rescued him yesterday. He was hiding on a ridge. And I guess some kind of way you couldn't see him from the ground, but I guess from land, he probably hid himself between rocks and he evaded capture. And America was able, he had his beacon on. They were able to go find him and rescue him, which is a good thing. But we need to pray for our troops who are still there. Many on ships, some on the ground. Many don't know where they're next. They don't know. I mean, they're lost. And they don't want to be forgotten. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to forget about these important service members. Yeah, if you commit a war crime, there is no defense for that. Yeah, we're waiting on that. Just saying if the troops. Yeah, I hope this incident is enough to make Trump think twice about sending American troops on a ground offense there. And it couldn't have happened too soon. Well, you do have to ask, why are we there? So they're going after the civilian U.S. and Israeli forces continue their strikes on Iranian hospitals, universities, and other infrastructure. Wow. I think that's a war crime, if that's true. I don't know how they're going to handle that. And what's our objective? Why are we doing this stuff? Says Trump is threatened. Yeah, I don't know on that, bro. But look, it's Easter, man. We're civilians. We hope things work out the way they're supposed to. This is Trump. Trump's in office, and this is how he handles it. Iran, Iranian says the Strait of Hormuz will reopen with a toll now. But we got to pray for our troops, man. We got to pray for the troops that are overseas right now, wherever they are. They don't have to be just in Iran, wherever across the world. All of the bases, all of the troops, they're not able to be with their families. They're not able to be in America. They're not able to enjoy the spoils and the comforts of America. On this day, if you can, find it in your time to focus on them and don't forget about them. Just like we saw with the rescue pilot. How would you feel? No, just imagine that. He goes down in Iran and they say, well, since he's in Iran, it just takes too much money to save him. Forget about him. Don't forget about these individuals over here who are sacrificing, doing everything to help you and to keep you free. Everything. Your freedom is the most important thing. Maintaining the America that you grew up in, the America that you love, that's what our troops are doing. It's just like when you go to sleep. You got somebody on watch. They're wide awake. And they're making sure that you're safe. And we take it for granted. We take it for granted, but it's one of the most important things to have. Look at Iran. Look at a lot of these countries. They don't even know what freedom is. Russia, they don't know what freedom is. Talk about China, where they come into your home and they test your children. And based on the outcome of the test, your children are told what they're going to do for China. It's based on the outcome of the test. If they show a strong inclination for mathematics, they're slotted. If they're in other aspects, they're slotted into that. Doesn't have to do with what they like to do or want to do. And like we talk about it, I was telling you about a service member. There's service members out there who they opt to be homeless. They don't want to be inside. They feel like they did a year and a half on the ground, sleeping in a sleeping bag. They got used to it. They got comfortable. They don't want to have a home. They rather be outside. Yeah, and we hope that doesn't happen. And that's one thing about Trump, bro. He is afraid of that ballot box. He fears that ballot. He fears the American voter. That's why he's always preoccupied with this voter fraud. I mean, which is nothing but lies. But the people are going to vote for like they voted you in office, they can vote you out. And he's just American troops went in, they rescued the fallen pilot. He had got up to a cliff, and from there he was able to set off his beacon, and he hid. And there were bounty hunters in the area. They were looking for him. But because Iran is big, he followed his training. He gave himself enough time where Americans can find him and rescue him and bring him home. And that's what matters. And if it's because of those troops that you're free right now to get on the internet, they've granted you that freedom. If we didn't have people that we could deploy, we would not be free here. We could pray for Iran too. We could pray for an end to this war. We can pray for lower gas. Yeah, we can pray. I got 3 gallons for $15. Well, actually $17. Was it $5.48 a gallon? That's a bit much. We went in, we rescued our pilot. We stopped the Iranians from getting him. We got troops, though, still deployed. And Trump is debating if he's going to go ahead and put those boots on the ground. It says $6 in South Carolina. It's up there. And we got to pray for our troops. And we got to stay focused on our troops. $5 an hour, $5.48 for a gallon of gas. That is a failure. If you're a part of a leadership and you got $5 gas, that's a failure. That's a failure. That's a failure. That's a failed president. We love our troops and we're going to always support our troops, but this administration, Trump's a failure. $5.48 for a gallon of gas. And you got clowns that are making excuses for that. And we have to wonder how we're going to come back from this, how we're going to adjust. You got dudes who got Obama derangement syndrome, Joe Biden derangement syndrome. You even got clowns talking about Hillary Clinton. Trump has Obama derangement syndrome. For Obama to be out of office, Obama won twice. Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize. Trump is jealous. And it's sad that he thinks that, Obama's been married to one woman. Trump's had a bunch of women. He's paid for women outside of his marriage. He's a clown. He's thirsty. You see him at the little African press reporter. He's thirsty. I think that woman's married. I don't blame her. She accepts his flirting for assignments. Yeah, it's sad, man. But he is the president. I don't deny that. But he's obsessed with Obama. And if he's smart, he stopped because Obama's just a better man than he is. Period. But just look at how he lives his life. He got married. He hadn't left it. Him and his wife still get along. His kids are raised. He did his 8 years. He's looked upon with respect. Trump is fat. He's got a turkey neck. He's stupid. He makes all types of mistakes. He forgets. He lies, just openly lies. He'll never be loved like Obama, and that's his problem. Yeah, you're going to have the MAGA crowd, but he's really never going to be loved like Obama. He'll never be loved like Barack Obama. And I think that bothers Trump. I really do. I think it affects him. We see he's gotten rid of his generals. I hope he got to understand the experience. Those guys been in the military for 30 years. You can't just find somebody on Fox News and throw them in that position. It doesn't work that way. And when people try to make the comparison of Obama to Donald Trump, I mean, he fails. And in addition to Trump being a white man, even within his racism, right, or his belief that he's superior because he's white, he's not. So Obama also pulls the lid off of that, his fake white supremacy, when he can't even compete with Obama. Obama's lived a more American traditional life than Donald Trump. He doesn't have the scandals. He doesn't have accusations that he assaulted a woman. He doesn't have that getting sued or when found guilty, getting the Stormy Daniels. He doesn't have that. 5 different wives with failed marriage. This guy's a failure. When you look at Obama, he's a successful dude. And that's what drives Trump's rage and hate toward Obama. You never hear Obama really criticize Trump. Trump consistently always worried about Obama. He was whining about the Nobel Peace Prize. He was whining that he didn't get one. Look, you think he'll get one now? He's very jealous of Obama. On the world stage, the foreign leaders look at Trump as a joke. They still respect Obama. Even though he was an adversary, he was American president, they respect Obama. They don't respect Trump. Putin got more respect for Obama than Trump. Putin got what? Vladimir Putin got way more respect for Obama over Trump. He don't respect Trump. He know Trump is a peon. He's a peon and he can pretty much do anything he wants. He can do pretty much anything he wants. Even take the lives of American service people, and Trump's not going to say nothing. Putin is the one that's been assisting Iran. That's Putin. Giving them all types of electronics, information, helping him come after Americans, take American lives. Trump's fat. He's stupid. And you compare him to Obama, you guys got to be joking, man. Obama got him an American wife, 100% American. Trump got some foreign ass wife. You guys, Trump really gets a pass on so much. Yeah, he's got a couple of these black buffoons calling him daddy. I think the guy Byron Donalds, he called Trump his daddy. But he's a black clown and a buffoon and a tether. Of course, he's going to look up to Trump. But we rescued our pilot. And that's the most important thing today. That's more important than anything. We got a man home. We're bringing a man back home. Like the stream, man. It's Easter. Tell me if you believe in Easter. Tell me how you celebrating your Easter. Do you care? Do you not care? You're just going to sit back and get drunk again? Just going to get drunk for Easter? You got drunk the day before? We rescued our pilot. We got this man home. We're not humiliated by Iran that would have betrayed this man around. They would have called him an American criminal. They won't get that opportunity. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Let me put this up here. I'm going to drop this join link. It's Easter. It's Easter. Like the stream, brother. Support the platform. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. It's Easter. Most of the day still left. What are you going to do? You going to go to church? Do you not care about Easter? Do you not care about this day's day? Day doesn't mean anything to you. But that's the whole thing about being free. You're free to go. You're free not to go. You're free to stay in bed all day. Nobody's going to get you out of bed. You're free to do anything you want to do. Freedom is freedom. If I decided to walk out of this house, and provided it's not owned by someone else, I could go live in the woods. I could do like the squirrels. I could eat the nuts and the berries that I find in the trees. I'm free. I'm a free American. And that's what those soldiers are fighting for. My freedom. Like the stream, brother. Or say, I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. Won't forget the men who died, who gave it right to me. And that's what I mean. You got to remember these troops. You have to remember the troops. We can't forget about them. We went and we didn't forget about that pilot. And we we brought him on. Alone and away. Almost like being in jail. And the moments that you miss, the moments you can never get back. And you're doing it because you're defending the flag, the American way of life. And if it wasn't for you, we would lose it because we need you to defend it. Like the stream, brother. Support the platform. We got the join link posted, man. Said nothing happened. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these links, man. I don't. Let me see. Here we go. No, the links are fine. You say check it. I'm looking at it. I could hit it right now. There it is right there. Like the stream. Let me get right here. I'm going to check it right now. There you go. It just took me. Yep, bought me right here. It's working fine. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe your system's messed up. They rescued the pilot, and we need to pray for our troops. And we also need to be grateful that we're not out there like that. We don't have to go through that. That's not an easy way to live. That's not an easy way to spend your day. You got to do watch. You got to do these things, right, to protect us and keep us okay. The phone don't matter. It writes the software into your phone. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Arctic. I don't know. You don't know if you don't understand StreamYards. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You might be hitting the wrong. You're not hitting the link. You're hitting the wrong button. The link is this thing right here. Right here. That says StreamYards. That's the link. You click on that. That's what I'm saying. That's it. I just clicked on it. I don't know why it's not. It is on mine. I don't know what you guys are talking. I'm looking at it right now. It's a hyperlink. It's lit up. I just tried it out. Let me hit the one I just went. There you go. It's taking me right. Yep. Enter in the studio. Taking me right. Yep. Right there. It just took me exactly where it's supposed to take me. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
It works.
Yeah, we just got a guy up here right now. It's right there. I don't know what to tell you. You asking me to do something. I have no idea why it's not working. And you can copy a link with your copy and paste. Whether it's lights up or not, you put it in your browser window, I mean your URL window, and it'll send you because it's a link. It takes you somewhere. But anyhow, what's up with you, Resurrect?
Hey, happy Easter to you, Platt,
Happy
in the
Easter
chat.
to you, brother.
Man, I'm sitting up here trying to get a quick workout in. I was wrong. They got him. I didn't think they was gonna rescue dude.
Oh
Remember I
yeah, they
said that
found
the
him.
other day? They got him. They got him. So I
Mhm.
was wrong. Um, hey man, I'm happy for him. I know his family is happy. I personally think, I think a lot of people think we just need to be up out of there.
Mhm.
But that being said, man, the boy's spiritual advisor just said we as Americans need to tie 10% of our income to, you know, country over there in the Middle East. What you think about that?
I think she's nuts. Yeah,
Wait a
you
minute,
know,
man.
no, you can be a fanatic. She's a religious fanatic. And I think you can go too far, you know. Um, yeah, some people are, you could you got people in jail who are pastors and all of that.
All right,
So
yeah, well, I agree with you. I agree with you. I thought that was hilarious. But I'm gonna drop down, man. I was just letting you know the link does work though.
works just fine.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Try that out. This is the same link he used. It just worked. He came up on it. Like the stream, man. Well, you just click on it. You just simply click on it. And it works. And there it goes right there. You know, we have to care about our troops, man. That's more important than anything. That just simply is something that you don't. And Trump showed, or this administration, and we don't have those boots on the ground yet. I think a couple of special forces are down, but he hasn't released the boots. They said the ships are parked out a little bit off the coast, and we'll see if he does that. We'll see if he releases it. We'll see if he just releases it. Maybe they said this is emboldened him rescuing that pilot. Maybe this will make him think twice about losing any American lives. Maybe this will make him think that it's not worth missing any of them. Well, we got updates.
Yep. But you're gonna have to tell them, man, their requirement for it to get on the screen guard, it might have to be an iPhone 16 or above. You can't get on with like an iPhone 7.
Oh, it won't let you on?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's working for you, so it works for me. I don't know.
You might have to have an updated phone though, for real, because of the software. I don't know
it writes the software to your phone. You don't have to have the software. It automatically writes it to your phone.
But Platt, if you got like a 2015 operating system, it might not be compatible no more.
Yeah, I got you, man.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that may be it, because like, again, boom, every time I can do it. I don't see how he's having trouble.
Who knows? Yeah.
You think they trolling you in the chat?
Could be. They could be telling. You're right. They could be lying.
Mm-hmm. All right, who you got today anyway, man? Championship, UCLA, US, South Carolina.
Are you talking about women's basketball?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't really watch women's basketball. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let you enjoy yourself.
Well, I just, I pull for the sister, Staley. I want her to get another champion, fourth one. What about Michigan, UConn?
Michigan, I say take Michigan all the way through.
You did say that. Yeah, they look good against Arizona. You said that.
Yeah, maybe Howard was the problem.
Oh man, come on, man! You got to get off my boy, man.
Well, they got rid of him and had this new guy.
Why you want to bash? You bashing?
You know what, bro? You know what?
You got to stop doing that.
It's not my fault he can't coach, bro.
You say the same thing about Dion, man. You got a tendency
It
to
ain't
go
my fault
after.
he can't coach. You know, I left him alone though. Even man, come on, you got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing to say.
You seem to tend to have a problem with the brothers, man.
What the
Coach,
guy who won the championship, college football championship. What is his name? Signetti.
Signetti. Yeah.
Signetti. The Signetti, right, went to Indiana. They have no talent when it comes to corners and linebackers and running backs and wide receivers, and they really don't have any talent at quarterback. This guy nobody's trying to transfer to Indiana. He takes a team with no talent, and he takes that team all the way to a championship, college football, undefeated season, and a championship in college football. And you guys sitting up here talking about Deion Sanders can coach.
Wait a minute.
You got to be joking, man. No, Deion's got all types. He's got all types of offensive linemen, guys who are considered the first overall top draft pick in their position. Deion's got a couple of those guys. He had Travis Hunter. He had his son.
And they won 9 games. They won 9 games. But the fact of the matter is, Signetti brought all of his people from James Madison. These dudes was like 28 years old. Of course they're going to win. They're like 28. Remember, because of COVID, these players all got extra seasons to play. So the average age of that Indiana team that just won last year, they were old. They were older than the Cleveland Browns, man. I mean, you had men playing.
But they was at James Madison though.
Yeah, but they
scout all those whack teams and all those SWAC teams and the what is it, MAC? Those Bowling Green and Meyer. They scout those teams. If you're the University of Miami, you have people that you're paying quite a bit, a couple of $100,000 a year, to sit back and keep up with all the talent in those small conferences. And you find a linebacker or running back, and then you offer him a scholarship to lead that school and come to yours. You're paid to do that.
They were loyal to the coach. They were loyal to him.
You're paid. I'm not. He can take the entire James Madison team. There ain't no talent on there.
And plus it's a difference.
No, it's not. The James Madison. Look, he played Liberty, James Madison. Those teams don't have no talent.
It's a difference between grown man strength. Also, these guys are like 24. They're playing against 18-year-olds, man.
And then look at Army, Navy. Do they get drafted?
Some of them.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? Dan Hennings, the dude who used to play for the Cowboys. Of course, Roger Staubach. You know.
Roger Staubach. Okay, there you go. Look, I'm saying that they have a full team. They might have 100 people on that team, but just in general, they don't think they have talent. Like for the next level. How about that? They just don't feel they can do it on the next level. That's the way they look at it. When you look at Indiana, they want to expect. I bet who got drafted from Indiana last year? Probably nobody.
Sure. Nobody. Sure, but you know the number 1 draft pick is coming from Indiana this year.
You talking about the quarterback?
Yeah, which I don't think is going to be that. I mean, he's going to be okay, but he's going number 1.
No, he's okay. He's okay. I don't have a problem with him. I'm just saying that coming out of college, he wasn't no major recruit like that. But people were breaking their neck to sign him.
They were. Yeah.
If you wind up at Indiana, ain't no real big demand for you.
The center on the team, he's supposed to be pretty good too. Coogie. Saying he might go first round somewhere. Maybe even the Cleveland Browns might get him. I agree. I mean, but Deion, man, he's been sick, man. You forget about that. He had cancer last year. Almost lost his life. He's been like really
he got his spleen taken out before the start of the football. Now, look, bro, you know what? Sick. I don't know what you guys. You can believe what you want to. The man cannot look. The man can't coach. He can't coach. He can't coach. That don't mean anything. Look at Juwan Howard. That don't just because you can play, don't mean you can coach. And Negroes don't want to accept that. It's some kind of way they just have a problem with that. Just like Michael Jordan, he don't know how to manage nothing. He was horrible. Okay, he can do NASCAR. I gotta give him. That's where he's good at NASCAR. I'll give you that. But you guys keep thinking because these guys are NFL football players, that some Hall of Fame players, that means they can transfer that to coaching. They can't. That Spaghetti guy had nothing. And he was with Indiana. They ain't have nothing. That man beat Ohio State. That man beat Miami. This was an undefeated, I think was an undefeated Miami team.
Listen, no, they were defeated because they lost one
game.
They lost to Louisville.
They lost one game. This man beat this man. This man took no talent, and he won a national championship. That's called coaching. Just like this UConn guy, that's called coaching. The Michigan guy, they're good coaches. They look at their talent. They look at the way you play, and they comprise a game plan. That's called coaching. Deion don't do that.
But let me ask you this.
And you know what? Hold on. And then these black guys get in their feelings. I don't understand that.
You didn't say anything.
Deion ain't a good coach, and I don't get why. What's the point? He's not a good coach.
Kevin Ali took UConn, a former player, took UConn and won the championship. You didn't celebrate him? That disproves your
I don't know about it. I don't even know I don't even keep up with basketball.
Kimball Walker. He coached Kimball Walker when they won the national championship. Coach was Kevin Ali.
I don't even know who that is. Is that the coach at UConn right now?
No, not now, but he was.
I'm talking about right now, brother.
Well, yeah, that's,
Look, brother, you can go find some outliner. I'm telling you on that. Look, my point is this. I got no problem with Deion. I actually like his son, but he can't coach. And if it wasn't for Shador, he wouldn't have won like 5 games. They said they went 9. He'd have been 4 and whatever, because Shador won. He won the Baylor game. He won the Colorado State. I know he won the Colorado. They was 14-point favorites over Colorado State. I took Colorado State, and they took that thing in the overtime. And Shador Sanders, he makes a pass in coverage, touchdown to Travis Hunter.
To Travis, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was his kid. Baylor. I had Baylor. Last play of the game. Shador Sanders throws the ball to Tony, whatever the guy, Horn guy, touchdown. They beat Baylor. They weren't supposed to be winning those. They were not supposed to be winning those games. Arizona State. I had Arizona State.
Well, you know why Deion can't win.
Shador Sanders throws in the triple coverage.
Yeah.
And makes, which is ridiculous. It drives the team down there and beats Arizona State. They weren't supposed to beat no Arizona State. Now I had them against BYU. I knew they weren't going to beat. I just know BYU how they play.
Good.
Yeah, they weren't going to beat BYU, and they didn't. They got blown out by BYU. But
he can't recruit linemen. Linemen don't want to come to Colorado. That's his whole. He has skilled players. The linemen won't come to Colorado.
So what?
That's how you win.
They don't go to Indiana. They don't go to Indiana.
Indiana had one of the best offensive lines in football last year.
Indiana does not get big name recruits, period.
Those guys were older. Bodies have been matured.
Every last one of those guys was not from James Madison.
A lot of those guys were
James Madison don't have no talent.
A lot of those guys were 5th and 6th year seniors. Their bodies were much more mature than an 18 to 20-year-old freshman 5-star recruit coming in and playing for Miami or Ohio State. They were stronger. They were more physical. They dominated the offensive and defensive line. That's how you win in football.
Indiana's line may have outplayed Ohio State. They're not better than Ohio State.
Well, they outplayed them twice.
Well, they ain't better than Ohio State. That's the coach. The whole point is the coach.
Yeah.
When you look at those guys, when you're a team, when you're saying you're a scout, you making $3 million a year, and that team is expecting you to know what you're talking about, you're not gonna go in there and talk about no goddamn Indiana player. His name is Mo Harris. We'll say, okay, yeah, he plays for Indiana. He said, man, you better get you fired. I don't want nobody from no James Madison. Look, brother, I'm just telling you, they don't sometimes they don't take people from Ole Miss. They don't take people from Tennessee, Mississippi State. They don't take players from the SEC because they don't think they're any good. Miami, Florida State. I can go look when last time a Florida State player, other than maybe a wide receiver, I'm saying been drafted. They look at believe me, man, it's too much money. They look at it, they even go to the CFL. They look at all of that stuff. And then they say, okay, these are the available players for this team. And if you don't give them good recommendations, you get fired. And you keep talking about Deion. I ain't got no problem with Deion, but he can't coach. It's like you want me to say he can coach. And I don't get it why people don't want to say that. And Juwan Howard, hey man, that's your team. Juwan, they fired you. They replaced you with a nobody.
That was
the man's
partially
about to win a national championship.
That was partially because of conduct unbecoming, because he lost his composure a couple of times. I mean,
okay, yeah. You can't do that.
I agree.
Yeah, you guys look, bro. Look. Let me tell you something. I got no problem with no Juwan Howard or no Deion Sanders, but it's just stupid to say they can coach. He can't. I don't care about him trying. His son did a lot of that. I got him back last year though, because they went 3-9. He lost Deion. Actually it was Shador. Shador got a lot of bread for me because I sure was betting against him.
Well, they gonna win at least 8 games this year.
Let me tell you something. Shador Sanders, the stuff they was doing, you get binged. That man was throwing in the triple coverage, but that's fine. He's gone. He's at Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Deion or whatever Deion's gonna do, I don't think so. I think Deion's gonna Deion probably get fired this year.
They're gonna win 8 games this year. That quarterback Julian, he's a good quarterback.
Which one?
Julian Lewis.
What happened to the other guy?
He lost some recruits, you know what I mean? But I think, the best offensive line, Jordan Seaton, he went to LSU. I mean, for one, Colorado don't have the biggest bag. They were saying that Shador was giving some of his NIL money.
Wait a minute, let me say something to you, Resurrect.
Go ahead.
Anytime you say stuff like that, that reflects on coaching.
Well,
see, now you have to now you're talking like this.
Bag.
It's just like the clowns who they pick a favorite player or a favorite team, and then they start saying, well, we don't have this, we don't have that. What does it got to do anything? You got to go field the team. And if you got to go into the student body, have open workouts. You can't go by perfection. Well, because it was raining or because we didn't have a top recruit, what do they got to do with anything?
Well,
and why would somebody hire you? Look at this Sagetti dude, right? Look at this guy.
Yeah.
This guy comes from
for 40 years.
Oh, well, there you go. But he wasn't in the big league.
No, he had to work his way from the bottom.
There you go. This guy comes from James Madison, goes to a team that's a doormat, and took his talent, and now he went undefeated in college football. Undefeated.
Yeah.
You gotta say that guy can coach.
But remember, last year they went to the Final Four in football.
Who?
Year before, Indiana. The year before they went to the Final Four, they lost in the playoffs when Ohio State won.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, 2 years in a row. It wasn't like
no, they didn't.
Yes, they
didn't go last. Hold up, they went
last year.
This year, they did not go the year. They did not go the year before. You know what, man? I don't know what it is with you. These arguments and stuff, and then you just start making up stuff. That's a trash team. I'd keep up with Ohio State. I know that team ain't no good. The last time that team was any good was, I think, Penix was there.
Wrong.
That's a garbage team.
No, man, you're wrong. You don't want to admit when you're wrong. I'm gonna
What am I
tell you.
wrong about? They're not a good team. They are now
This
because
is
they got
not.
a good coach.
Last year wasn't the first time they went. Oh yeah,
They're
yes,
not a good team. They are now. They are now. And we'll see how long that lasts because they're going to lose their players. But that's called a coach. When you can beat a guy with inferior talent, what are they paying you for? To out-coach him. The guy from Michigan, he knows how to use his players. They've been beating teams by 10, 12 points all the way through this tournament. They've been killing. And before that, you had Juwan Howard. They were struggling and losing, and he was fighting. It's like, why don't you learn how to coach? And look, brother, you can say, like I said, I know you.
Hey,
I know what you guys want to believe.
They lost to Notre Dame in the Final Four, man.
Believe whatever you want to believe.
In the Final Four. I'm not making stuff up.
Believe whatever you want to believe, brother.
Notre Dame lost to Ohio State in the championship, but Indiana lost to Notre Dame in the game before. I told you, man. I just don't be saying stuff. They ended in 2024 11-2. They lost to Notre Dame and they lost to Ohio State, and they lost to Notre Dame in that Final Four game. So it's not just last year wasn't just their first year on the scene. They were there the year before because they finished 11-2.
They didn't do it last year.
Yes, they did. They finished 11-2. They lost to Notre Dame. Remember when the coach from Notre Dame was the hot commodity, light-skinned brother?
He still is a hot commodity.
Yeah, but they lost to Signetti now. Signetti now lost to them. And then Notre Dame and Ohio State played in the championship. Ohio State won. So Signetti had been here before. He brought all his James Madison guys, man. Them guys are old. I still say he had 20.
Why don't all the other teams do it?
Because they didn't have the relationship with the guys coming from the college.
No, they can do it. They got NIL money. Why don't they go to James Madison today and go and get the best players?
Well, you admit that Signetti is a good coach, right? He's a good coach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he got his best players that he took from James Madison that were well coached, and he knew that they would plug right into his system. He took those guys. Because
why don't other coaches, if all you got to do is get older players, why don't other coaches do it?
Well, for one, he came from a FCS, a Division I AA, but it's one below FBS. James Madison, of course they want to play on the big stage. So they like, yeah, I'll come. As opposed to a player that's coming from like Colorado and he's going to LSU, they're kind of on the same level. So it's kind of harder for a coach to do that.
Maybe that don't have anything to do with it. You ever thought about that?
You just don't want to give Deion his props, man. They're gonna win 8 games this year. They're gonna give a damn.
Look, bro, Deion is a rich, wealthy man. I could give a damn about Deion one way or the other. Give him his props. I don't care what Deion does. I just know you guys are dreaming. Y'all want him to be something that he's not. He's not a good coach. He's never been a Duke. That's not even his lane. I know he wants to be a good coach, but he's not any good, and that's why they keep losing. And I don't think you guys know what a good coach is. And that's what I'm saying. When you look at a guy like the guy from Indiana, this guy's got no talent. He goes out and he wins all these games. And then you talking about Deion, man. Deion's got top recruits on that team. And they barely won with Shador.
9 games is barely win.
Look at his wide receivers. He had the Heisman Trophy winner. He has plenty of players. I mean, he has plenty of talent. And all people do is say, well, he don't have this, he don't have that. What do they got to do with it?
It has a lot to do with it.
I thought you was the coach. Why don't you coach him up? Don't have anything to do with me. You're not a good coach. That's like saying, hey, Platt, you want to coach the Indiana Hoosiers? I say, yeah, but you got to give me all the #1 players coming out of high school. I need every last one of them. And they said, well, why you need that? Well, you want me to win, right?
Players win. Talent wins.
The coach has to coach. the coach has to coach the player. All right. You're a Deion fan, be one, brother. All right. And let me tell you what I really have a problem with that when you guys do that. Is because I put a little money against some of these teams. And I really don't play about that. I don't get into the my coach, my team better than your team. That's food. That's casino, build another fountain. That's stupidity. You go by who's going to win the game. You don't go by my team better than your team. I'm a Chicago Bear fan. I was born. What they got to do with who's going to win the game?
True.
So that's what I'm telling this deal. What about him? Oh, if he tell him to win. What's wrong with asking him to win? Juwan Howard, man, he in the NBA now. Okay. Well, he used to have that team.
He did.
They was messing up. He was smacking the other coaches. This new guy gets in there. Look at this guy, man. He took that team. He got them guys in positions. Them guys knocking down threes, running and gunning. Look at him. I said, man, you got to look at Juwan Howard, man. But I said, I know. I said, I know these Negroes won't. I know how these Negroes, they gonna make a bunch of excuses. Yeah. No, how about he don't know what he was doing?
Well, let me ask you this. Would you say that in order to be a good player, you have to be kind of driven beyond what an average player would be to be a good player, considered good or great? Would you say that?
I don't know nothing. I don't even know what you're talking about, brother.
No, I'm saying if you're
Juwan Howard is up there. He put the team together.
Well, I'm asking. So a lot of times those standout star players, they really, I would say this, they maybe cannot communicate or articulate to their teams what they really want them to do, because some of the stuff that they did, they just did naturally, or they didn't have to have a coach tell them, hey, you need to go out there and run, 2 extra miles. You need to stay in the weight room an hour later. They'll just do that naturally. And they can't understand why, the average player won't do that. Maybe that's the whole problem. They can't communicate what they want their players to do.
Well, why have a coach then?
Because, you want the challenge. You believe you can do it. People don't always win when they first try something.
I have a coach. Black. I mean, if I'm Michigan,
you don't win if I'm Michigan.
If I'm the University of Michigan, I'm very happy that the guy that I replaced, Juwan Howard, he's not making excuses, and he's winning. He's not running around talking about what I don't have and the mistakes and and smacking the other coaches across the head. He's not doing that. He's just winning. And that's how you got to do. You got to win. Well, period. And he actually showed up all of the NCAA. He showed them all up, because you don't have to have the best talent to win. You don't have to have these teams with NFL pro type players to win a championship. You can win them with just regular guys. And he did it. In Miami, the way Miami was playing, it looked like they was going to win all their games. Like they was going to win this championship. And he got in there and he didn't win by much, but he beat them.
He won. Now you giving Juwan Howard all this hell for his loss of composure. Did you say the same thing when Bobby Knight was choking his players out?
Well, I don't even know how to say that. No, I don't know how to say that, because it's an age thing on that.
You didn't say nothing.
Like you have to be born to say something about what Bobby Knight is doing. So,
I mean, choking player, slapping player. Come on, man.
I wasn't born, brother.
Come on, man. Bobby Knight played. He was coaching at Texas Tech in like the early 2000s after Indiana let him go. You were born.
Was he choking people in 2000?
Nah, I think they made him. I think he had to chill out after he got fired, man.
He said, but Bobby Knight won.
Well, he did.
Look, man, this is the problem with the Negro. This is the problem. You guys got to understand, if you get hired, you can get fired. And if you ain't doing the job, you're going to get fired. Everything cannot always be whittled down to racism, in a sense. this is why he got fired. No, he ain't winning. He ain't recruiting. That's what it's about, man. I'm saying you get down to the nuts and bolts. That's all that matters. Are you winning? Period.
They fired Lovie Smith when he went 10-6, man. Don't say that.
I'd have to look at the Chicago thing. I think Lovie Smith. Well, you don't want me to say nothing about it.
He got fired when he went 10-6, man.
You don't want me to speak on Lovie Smith, but like I said, I don't know why I'd have to go and refresh my memory on Chicago when he was 10-6.
He took the Chicago Bears to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman as the quarterback.
Right. Yeah,
Rex Grossman.
But that was his quarterback.
He's trash.
But
he didn't have nothing.
He should have. No, he could have found better than that. He got to look harder.
Oh man, come on.
They lost. Plus, they lost the Super Bowl. He took them there and they
Rex
lost.
Grossman, and he lost to Peyton Manning. It wasn't like he lost to a bum.
He wasn't that good. You guys. Okay.
He got 2 Super Bowls, man. Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls.
Lovie Smith was not a good coach, brother.
Huh?
And I know you don't want to deal with that, but
the man took the Bears.
Lovie Smith was trash.
The Bears hadn't been to the Super Bowl.
Didn't he try to coach the Texans?
Yeah, but they didn't have.
And they got rid. Hold up, he coached like he did what you expect him to do. They lost, and then they put this new guy who's about to get fired. They put the new guy, and he's been winning. Yeah, he's been doing better.
D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah, and then D'Amico come in, he's doing better than him. But Lovie Smith's not a good coach. And see, that's another thing about the NFL. And I don't like this because they said, hire these coaches. You need a black coach. Well, and they'll say, well, we need somebody who's experienced, and they've got to be qualified, which means what? You got to go to Lovie Smith. I'm like, nah, man, there's plenty of black coaches in college football, plenty of them, just like this Saghetti guy, right, who haven't got their shot, and they're coaching the smaller teams. They'd be excellent choices if you bought them in the NFL. Excellent.
They won't ever give Eric Bieniemy a chance.
They did give him a chance.
No, Eric Bieniemy has never been a head coach.
Ain't he coaching now?
Nah, they had given him like an assistant.
And wasn't he a head coach in college football?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure. And the NFL will not give dude a chance at all.
No, I don't know. Well, I mean, what you want me to do?
You know what I'm saying? Like some of these guys are good. They just don't get a chance, man. Like, and then look, the coach at Atlanta, what's his name? Raheem Morris. He won his last 5 games. He went 8-9.
You're making excuses.
But wait a minute. They fired him and they hired Cleveland's old coach, who in 3 years only won like 12 games. How is that possible?
Does race not matter? Does state not matter?
Well, see, Platt was saying that he said it don't matter.
Where is that?
Kevin, what's his name? Stefanski got hired by Atlanta, and he replaced Raheem Morris, who had a much better record than him. I hope Atlanta don't win again. Atlanta was that team.
Yeah, I don't see it, man. If Eric Bieniemy was a good head coach, a good fit, they'd hire him. He's not. You don't know exactly why they're not. I mean,
he's a little rough.
Maybe it's interviews. I see he went back to Kansas City, but
Kansas City, yeah, he's gonna get a chance.
Well, if he was a good coach, he'd get hired.
He's the one that made the difference between Kansas City's offense. He helped Kansas City offense. He helped Mahomes them and those running backs. Give the man a chance. They won't do it.
Okay, Eric Bieniemy, if he was a good coach, he would be a head coach. He's not. He drifted around the league, offensive coordinator, got fired here, fired there. Now he's back at Kansas City.
He left Kansas City because they let him be an associate head coach with Ron Rivera with the Commanders. And the Commanders, that didn't really work out.
Did he take the job?
Yeah, because he got
then he took the job. He don't take the job. He went out there and worked with Ron Rivera. You're right. He wasn't a head coach, and Ron Rivera's trash, and he's trash. See, the thing about a lot of this stuff, some of these guys, you can talk about white supremacy and racism, but some of these guys can't coach. And some of these guys are not fit. They're not fit to be coaches. They don't know what they're doing. It's more to being a coach than having the best talent. That's one way to do it. That's the thing about John Calipari. He's a good recruiter. Is he a good coach? He's all right, but he can out recruit whatever conference he in, and then he'll put that good talent against, and he'll win. But he's not winning because he's an X's and O's guy. That's why he was struggling to win those championships. I think he finally got there.
Right.
And I don't know where he is now, but what I'm saying,
he's at Arkansas, and they made it. They did good in the tournament. Arkansas did. Well, John Calipari, he's been making it a long time though. With UMass, Marcus Camby, at Memphis when he had Derrick Rose, they made it to the championship. And then all those teams in Kentucky, and then now Arkansas, he made a long run at Arkansas. I give him his prize. He can coach. I think he can coach, man. I think he has
probably
a lot of
now.
young...
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen a game in a while, but probably now he's been around so long. But no, with all of these, it's not just Dion. All these Hall of Fame guys, just because you win in the Hall of Fame, just because you was a player for years and years, that does not translate that you understand
coaching,
how to put each player in the right position, etc. And you look at Pete Carroll in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll built that team. Now, they were not happy with him, and he picked the wrong player. He picked Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And that team nosedived. So they both came to an agreement. He went his way, but he put that team together. And see, he can look at Pete Carroll, because he's been around so long, he can look at he can look at a draft board,
and
he knows which ones are steal, which ones you pass over. And that's something that comes with time. And
it does. But he's not the GM. He don't make the picks. The general manager makes
the
picks.
He has influence on it. And someone like Pete Carroll, he's not going to be ignored.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a war room, right? But then again, it would be disrespectful. I'm just saying, what is he, in his late 70s?
Yeah, he's an older coach.
Yeah, man, he's been in his late 70s. He's been coaching. Probably then a lot of these guys been alive, and they're going to turn around and tell him, I got this. I'm the GM. That right there, that's going to create problems on the football team.
Well,
you got to take
they fired
what
him.
He's looking at. You got to look at that.
They fired him in Vegas, didn't they?
But they did that to Tomlin.
Well, Tomlin was winning.
Tomlin couldn't coach.
Oh, God, man. I'm telling you, man. Well, I'm telling you this. Watch out for Marshall Faulk. I think Marshall Faulk may be a good coach because Marshall Faulk is a smart dude.
What team is he coaching?
He's coaching some smaller team now, but
come on. You want the college team?
Yeah. I think he's going to make his way up.
Man.
Marshall Faulk,
they should do that. No, they should give you 5 years.
Yeah.
And then maybe they get recommended to a Florida State as an assistant coach. Then maybe they become a head coach at a University of Miami or something like that. And then they win there. That's about 14 years. Then they take a resume to the NFL and they get an NFL job.
Eddie George is doing that. He started at Tennessee State. Now he's at Bowling Green. He won at Tennessee State. Now he's at Bowling Green. And I think eventually he might get a D1 shot, a big D1 shot, because Bowling Green is D1.
Wasn't he at Grambling back in the day?
No, he started at Tennessee State. He was at Tennessee State for a long time.
Okay, well, that's how it goes, though, right? That's what you build a resume. And just like you said, this Spaghetti guy, right? He's 65.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. I'm saying on one side of the fence, they won't do it because somebody's black. But you got a white man who's 65, finally gets a big league job, D1, a bad school, a horrible school, doesn't whine about that. It's not running around talking about, I don't have all the talent. And he takes what he has and he wins, he goes undefeated.
True.
And the whole time he's talking, they're interviewing him and saying, well, we'll see. They're like, okay, well, you about to play this team. What do you think about Ohio State? He said, we're ready. But come on, you're not going to be able to compete with Ohio State. And he said, well, we'll see. He said, we got to wait till game day. And sure enough, he outcoached them.
Well, Ryan Day, I don't think Ryan Day is a good coach. Now that's somebody I think is overrated. I think Ohio State
Yeah.
had much better talent to win more championships than they got.
You know who I want to come back into coaching?
Urban Meyer.
There you go.
I knew
Yes,
it.
Yes, sir.
Because he's a winner.
He gonna buy me another house, bro. I hope he come back. Now he wins. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's
I
a
don't even
winner.
have to keep. I don't even have to keep up with the game. All I got to know. They said where. I said where Urban coaching at. He in Florida now. I know who I'm going with. I go to
You
that
can't-
booth. I said give me 500 on Florida. I haven't even been keeping up with the season. And they
He
win.
can't coach the pros. The pros don't listen to him, but the kids listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He was
he'll be a
good for
good
that
coach.
with Tebow and Chris Leak
Yeah,
and Alex Smith at Utah.
yeah.
And then he went to Ohio State.
Zeke
And I don't
Elliott.
know what happened there. I
They
don't
won the
know.
championship.
Yeah, why did he leave though?
Because I think he got the job at Jacksonville.
Okay.
That's what happened. And that was a disaster. They was playing with him, talking about he's at a bar, had a girl sitting on his lap. I'm like, what that had to do with him? Oh, he didn't fly back with the team. So, they tried to get him up out of there. So I think Urban Meyer is a good, and that's who if I was Dion, I would secretly be trying, hey, Urban, what you think about this? Call dude, because I think Urban Meyer does have a hand on the pulse. Yeah, he should. I definitely would be calling Urban Meyer.
He needs to bring somebody like that, but he's scared to do that because he'll get replaced.
Well, I think he don't want to coach. I think he really
Man,
wanted to see his
Dion ain't got no problem with Dion. He got money.
Yeah.
His girlfriend, he got Carucci. Well, he's late to the dance with her, but considering he's, okay, he living his best life. Big mansions.
Yeah.
His kid is now in the NFL. I got no problem. But I'm sorry, man. You can't act. I can't sit up here and say the man can coach, man. He can't coach.
Well, look,
and I said, why do Negroes want this man to coach? It's sort of like with Jordan. No, it's like with Jordan.
Look.
No, Negroes did the same thing with Jordan, man. Because I'm looking at him, and they kept talking about Jordan this, Jordan that. I said, yeah, he is a good player. He was almost unstoppable. And I said, but he can't coach though, and he can't manage.
Well, he was a GM.
He can't be in charge of the general management. He don't know what he's doing. I said, look at his draft. I said, look at this guy. Look at Michael Jordan's draft right now. If he's certainly is in charge of it. I'm sure other people's influence. But I said, man, I could draft like him. All he does is I can look at who are the projections. Here go the top 10 teams. Here go the top 10 players who are projected to go in this year's draft. I said, go and look at his draft for the last 3 years. It's always that player. I said, this guy don't take chances. He doesn't. It's like he lets them pick his players.
He was trying to be safe. Yeah, he was trying to be safe.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be safe.
Yeah.
Or he was just a face.
Man, I don't know what he was doing there. Now, I give him NASCAR, though. You want me to give him credit? He can do it. He can put a 5 NASCAR team together.
I mean, if he invests, then he's just showing his face. He ain't really doing no work.
True.
He won it. He won it. He won, I think, the Daytona, and then he's won like 3 races.
Yeah, 3-peat.
Yeah,
they've been all
well, no, he ain't won 3. He hadn't won the Daytona. I'm saying he's won like 3 races. You don't have to win in Daytona. And Don, you got to go and look it up yourself. You just have to place, and then based on placement, they add it up. Then you get into like their championship.
The points.
Yeah, and he's won 3 in a row, but you don't have to.
Yeah, and
but
then,
more power to him, man.
Well, look.
Magic wasn't a good coach.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't a good coach. But now he's good as far as
making money.
Yeah, making money and joining and being part of a team. But sitting on that court, that's just not his lane. And see, he was like that. He was like that. He had that violent streak that when things didn't go his way, he would pop, he would swing. And you can't be a coach swinging on people, man.
He was throwing players' phones, breaking their phones and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, me and Magic would have had a problem.
I like having Ron Artest as your coach.
I don't think no ownership would ever do that. Ron Artest. Hell no. Meta World Peace. He'll be a good mascot, like Michael Irvin over there whooping on a drum or something.
Help sell some tickets.
That's all he would be good for.
That woman that you say, the South Carolina woman, Dawn Staley, she's she understands X's and O's. If I was an NBA, if I was, because they're doing it now. If I was an NBA team, I'd look at her seriously about bringing her in, just off her ability to coach a team. She understands basketball, placement, and talent. She just does.
You can't. A woman cannot coach in the NBA. Man. That's just no.
You don't.
You
think
gotta
so?
be. You gotta be able to.
But see, that's the thing about her. I'm not sure.
Man, you can't come in the.
I'm not sure how much of a woman.
I mean, look, Platt. You know, even them.
She don't act. She's not very feminine.
Even them though, Platt. Catch them at the right time. They gonna be trying to go. They in that locker room.
Lawsuit waiting to happen.
That's what I'm saying. They in that locker room.
Nah,
somebody come out of the shower. No, they can't. That can't happen, man.
Man, that woman her Dawn Staley don't like men like that.
Okay.
That don't mean she won't get them caught up.
Man,
though.
that woman married. That woman been married. That woman ain't thinking about no. If that woman wanted a man,
married woman be outside too.
They do.
I'm gonna say this right here, man. See, this what I'm saying. It's just foolishness, man. Why would you even say something? Look, at the end of the day, that's any of them. You could be a man. If you do something in the locker room, you're gonna get in trouble. Yeah, they got to be adults. So yeah, but no, I wouldn't not do it because she's a woman and the men on the team they might sleep with each other. I wouldn't do it because of that, because that's the issue. Look at that. Well, why go down that rabbit hole?
But what I'm saying is, it's just like I'm a man though, man. I can't. And this is sport. This is battle. This is gladiator.
They listen to her. They will listen to her.
I'm a gladiator, Platt. I can't listen to no.
Well, and you get traded. And you get traded.
Man, you
I
gotta
don't see
be
them
joking.
risking it, man. Because right now in the
You gotta be
workplace,
joking.
the way they talking about how it's uncomfortable for men because the way they are and productivity because women are around. I mean, it's a real thing. It's being talked
Dawn
about.
Staley, we just okay.
Hey, look, Platt.
Well, she's at South Carolina, man. I don't know. She'll probably retire there, man. But I mean, I don't think you guys get it because
I get it. Sometimes the
Dawn
coaches
Staley,
and the
brother, Dawn Staley is a homosexual woman.
I understand.
That woman's been married for I don't even know how long. Who in the hell she goes to coach the Celtics is going to bother her? The woman, other than X's and O's, if she can't coach, then they get rid of her. But what if she knows how to use the talent? That stuff you're talking about, why would that even matter? And those are NBA players. Them dudes chasing thoughts. Them dudes out all in DMs and they chasing thoughts. Dawn Staley ain't no thought. They're not even going to get that woman like that.
You're not listening to the whole implication. Sometimes
men they're not interested in her.
I'm not going there.
I'm not going there. Saying that.
Sometimes players and coaches get into it like real heated, cussing out each other.
And what about it?
Imagine that going left with Dawn Staley.
Well, he'll be going to jail.
No, most players ain't putting their hands. Most players ain't doing the
truth. You know what? You just saw her put a man in check.
It's different,
y'all
man.
playing with her, man. Y'all playing with this woman.
It's different,
y'all playing with that woman. But that woman ain't gonna let no man disrespect her, man.
What? Was she put her hands on him, or she was just talking to him crazy?
She was just talking crazy. She was talking crazy.
Well, no, he started. Hold on.
He started though.
Yeah, if she was talking crazy, how come he's apologizing?
Because he's been shamed publicly.
Because you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, you said she couldn't handle it. That woman ain't gonna let nobody talk to her. That woman ain't afraid of that, man.
She said some words, Platt. They
wasn't
throwing no hands, bro.
It was
Come
a lot
on,
of
man.
people came out against Gino. Gino was getting publicly shamed for what he did. That's the reason why, everybody's barking on Gino. Because he was wrong. He was a sore loser. And the optics of him screaming on a woman like that, I don't care what you say, the optics of that.
But you just said she couldn't handle it, though.
But see, again, if an NBA player is screaming on Dawn Staley, even if she's going back and forth with him, the optics of that is going to be terrible. That
For
player is
who?
going to
For
be
the NBA? Well, why do it?
because sometimes players lose their cool.
Or then he don't need to be in the NBA.
Oh man,
Nah,
that's
but people
come
lose
on,
their
Platt.
cool every day.
Exactly.
Okay, people lose their cool every day. Then if he's losing his cool, he doesn't deserve to be in the NBA.
Man, that you have to say that about everybody at every job. People lose their cool.
Why?
People get
Why would
frustrated
I have to say that about everybody at every job?
because
Some
that's the way
people.
it will work. Some people get
No,
frustrated.
like he just said, every job's not on TV.
That's
So
true.
if you acting like that and it's on national TV,
It
and
don't matter where you at.
and you upset because you got benched and you start yelling and screaming, then they cut you or trade you.
Yeah, that's true. That's what happens. Yeah, that would happen.
If they
But
bench you because you can't make a layup and you done rimmed out about 3 times, yeah, you want to scream at the coach? Come on, man.
well, just think about this. Perhaps, say for instance, Dawn Staley is coaching Anthony Edwards, and she like, Ant, I need to talk to you. Come on out, and he just wave her off. Like, go on. You know, I see
Well,
star
that's
players
other
doing that all
coaches
the
though,
time.
but there's other coaches.
Yeah.
So if he did that, she could call a timeout and she could send an assistant coach who will probably be an ex-NBA player like a Dwan Howard. Let him go do it. And I bet you when Dwan tell him, I bet you leave.
Man, Juwan, y'all gonna quit playing with Juwan Howard, man. And you know what? You talking all this stuff about Juwan Howard, about how he comported himself against that coach. You know, I'm sure he lived with a lot of regret for doing that. But if you give him the chance to do it over again, he's just not gonna take in no disrespect like that. Because you know, we from the hood, Chicago, O Block. That's how they
That
do
man
things.
didn't disrespect him.
He ran up the score on him, man. That's not a college.
So play defense.
The game was already
I
won.
do not understand that. I
The
do not.
game
I have
was
to
over.
agree with who used to do that, Steve Spurrier. I have to
Yeah.
agree with him. He said, "Stop us." They said, "Steve, you keep running up the score on these teams." He
Yeah.
said, "So?" And they said, "Well, don't you think that's poor sportsmanship?" He said, "No. Why don't they stop us?" He said, "My team is here to win. I'm not gonna ever tell my guys to go half speed. We're here to win football games. And if they don't want to play defense," he said, "What you want us to do?"
I tell you who else used to do that. Tom Osborne and Barry Switz. They used to come to Missouri and beat us like 70-0. I'd be like, God. I mean, they was running that. Remember that wishbone offense? They would run that. And them dudes would run each running back would have 250 yards against. Back in the day, like back in the late 80s, early 90s, man, they used to destroy us. Missouri's football team's come a long way because back then, when I was in school, man, it was trash.
I mean, they're Mizzou. They're pretty much the same.
No. They winning way more games now, man.
Okay, they're winning more, but I'm saying they're pretty much the same. They're just a fair to Midland.
We're above that now.
Fair to Midland SEC team.
Platt.
I wouldn't even put them up there with Ole Miss.
2 years ago, not last year, 2 years ago, we went 11-2. Year before that, we went 11-3. Year before that, we went 12-2. What do you mean?
I wouldn't even put them up there. When I look at Mizzou, I wouldn't put them up there with Ole Miss. They're a fair to Midland SEC team. I put
that
Vanderbilt.
would be 10.
I would put Vanderbilt ahead of Mizzou.
Last year was the first time Vanderbilt beat us in about 3 or 4 years.
I would put Vandy over.
You just being blatantly disrespectful. A mid team would be Tennessee, Vandy. I would say Vandy. They average on most years. Ole Miss is above average. Ole Miss and Mizzou. I would give Ole Miss the edge over Mizzou, but we're right behind Ole Miss. I would say in the SEC, Georgia, Alabama are gonna be the top dogs. Then I would go Ole Miss, and then I would go LSU, Missouri. Over the last 5 years, that's how I would
No,
rank. Vandy under us, bro. They you can't even disrespect
Vandy,
them, man.
Vandy.
Florida. Well, no, Florida's been
Florida, yeah, Florida. Well, hold up, I put Florida right there with LSU, Florida.
Florida's been horrible, man.
Texas, we just left Texas. Texas at the top.
Well, yeah, Texas now because they in the SEC. But Florida has been bad. Florida has fallen off since Urban Meyer, man.
I'm gonna tell you a team to watch out for a couple of months from now, which I was sort of on this year. Ole Miss. I mean Texas. This is Eli's second year.
Arch.
And Texas is a very strong. So I mean, I'm sure they lost players, but they're going to bring in new talent.
Yeah, they're gonna be good.
Eli's got a year under his belt.
No, man, he's a senior.
Texas is going to be. No, I said he started last year.
Yeah, he did.
He's got a year on his belt, coming in with experience. It's going to be a whole different outcome this year.
You think they'll beat Georgia?
Do they play them?
Yeah, they both in the SEC. Well, no, Georgia's in the SEC East. They're in the West, I believe. Yeah, they may not.
I think he'll beat them. I think he'll beat them. I think Eli's going to have a good year. I think Eli's going to go into the pros. He'll be the number one pick.
You think he's going to be number one?
If Mike Tomlin is smart, if Mike is smart, he'll go wherever Eli's go. He could be sitting back because he's out of football. If I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm looking at that saying, okay, where is he going? And I'm going to apply for that job, whatever team he's going to, because that's going to be at least a good 12, 13-year run. And all he got to do is sit back there, and he got him a quarterback.
I thought you said Mike Tomlin can't coach.
There you go. He got a good player. He can hide behind him.
Man, Mike Tomlin, he's taking teams. The Steelers have gone to the playoffs consistently, and they ain't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger.
They stopped going with him like 2013, 2014. He was trash. Ben was washed up.
He was washed.
He was washed up in 2014.
Yeah. Yeah, he was washed. And I'm coming to see that some players didn't even like Ben. There's a lot of players.
A lot of players didn't like Ben.
Yeah, they coming out talking trash about Ben now. Yeah, well, Mike T, he kept that whole ship going for all those years.
Well, up until Antonio Brown, he did, but pretty much Antonio, when he fell out with Antonio, they got out in the press, which they was already doing bad, but he lost Antonio Brown. Then Ben was not passing the man the football. Man was wide open. They had these arguments where Ben, they should have got Ben out of there in 2015. Because that pretty much was the reason they lost Antonio Brown.
Ryan Clark said that Antonio Brown just lost it when he got that big contract, though. He got beside himself.
Antonio Brown and Ben fell out because Antonio would be open. Now, when you say the T.O. situation, like a T.O. used to do that, right? Scream when he didn't get the football.
Right.
Okay, go look at the film. It wasn't Antonio just making stuff up. Antonio, they would split that defense. Antonio would be wide open, running down the field with his arm up, and Ben would turn around and throw the ball to the running back. And Antonio was saying, hey, I know he saw me.
But he
don't want me. He don't want to throw me the football because he's mad. They had an argument. He don't want to throw me the football. So, and then Mike let that get out of control. Mike should have benched Ben for not saying, hey, if these guys are open, you got to throw the football. But Mike let him get away with it.
The Rooneys would have fired Mike Tomlin. Remember, the Rooneys covered up for Ben Roethlisberger twice, bro. So
we're not talking about that. We're talking about on the field.
That's what I know. They love Ben Roethlisberger. The ownership loved him. So if Mike Tomlin,
there you go, and that's why. And Mike was weak.
He was stuck between a rock and a hard place because I don't think the ownership would have backed him benching. I don't like Ben Roethlisberger.
Bench him, but he could have bought it up to him.
Yeah, I would have said, look, man, the dude is open, man. I mean, come on, what you doing? I agree. I agree
I would
with
have
you.
did it in front of the team though. No, where everybody's sitting in there watching film, I'd have pointed. We got a second angle. This is another camera just on the antenna yard. And then the whole team would have saw him break free, busted coverage. He's wide open, and saw Ben throw the ball down to the running back coming out the backfield instead of
Check
throwing the
down.
ball to an open man. So,
Yeah.
and then challenge him to explain that to the team. Why is he doing that? Say this is the fifth time Antonio's come to me and say you're not throwing him the football even when he's wide open. Why?
Why?
But see, they were scared to do it. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't do that to Ben, and that's why
From
that
what
team fell apart. That was
I
my.
from what I'm understanding, Platt, these NFL quarterbacks, once they get to a certain status, they almost like gods in the locker room. Like the coaches be straight up scared to say stuff to them.
As they should be.
Why
Depends
you
on
say
the
that?
depends on quarterback.
Because I heard the
That's
same thing. They were saying that about Lamar up there. Basically they said Lamar is the reason why the coach got fired. And I've heard that a lot. Only person that I heard used to snap on a veteran quarterback was they said Belichick used to go at Tom Brady to the end. And maybe that's why they were such a good team, because Belichick didn't pull no punches with Brady. But
Well, but he's supposed to. If he sees him messing up, he's supposed to say something.
I agree. I'm just saying
That's
that's what I hear.
that guy. What's D'Amico Ryan?
Yeah, he's
That's his
scared to talk
problem with. That's the
with
problem
the
with
young boy.
CJ Stroud. No, CJ lost. CJ lost.
He
It's
lost that
always
game.
him. And I'm gonna tell you something. I got to read on him. If
What's that?
if he throws an interception, he
He's
loses his
done.
confidence quick.
He's done. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done.
he's gonna start throwing a bunch of them. Because I saw that in that playoff game, he threw that pick. It was
Yeah,
all downhill from there.
because that defense played good. That defense played good enough for them to win.
Yeah.
I mean, CJ is a good talent. I hate to see him. I hate to see him go out like that. I don't know what he needs. He may need a therapist or something, man. I don't know. But
How about the bench? I'd put him on the bench.
he's more talented than the second string dude.
Well, you could bring in somebody though. Just because you bring in a backup quarterback, right? Like conventional wisdom, right? Like with Peyton Manning. You don't bring in a backup that could challenge him. You bring in a golf buddy. That's what you bring in. You bring a guy that when we go during the season, we're in Seattle, you want to do a couple of rounds, you bring in the backup quarterback. He's a good golfer. Him and Peyton go off and play golf. And basically Peyton, watches film, goes to play, everything's fine. But when you got a CJ Stroud, you got to bring in competition to let him know that he's got to stay focused.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so you can't really do him like you can't let him feel comfortable because he'll lose focus and then he'll start turning the ball over.
Well, why didn't they get Kyler Murray then? They should have brought in Kyler Murray.
Who's got him? He's still on the market, right?
Minnesota pick.
Minnesota got Kyler Murray?
Yeah, Minnesota got Kyler for JJ, because JJ McCarthy, I don't think it's the deal. He's not the answer up there.
Yeah, I don't even understand why they thought that would be. He was trash.
He won the national championship with Michigan, so they thought he was the goods.
Yeah, but he wasn't a good quarterback.
I agree.
That was their running backs, right?
Yeah, running back, Mike Hartnell. But, Jim Harbaugh has a way of making average quarterbacks besides Alex Smith look good, because he did the same thing with Kaepernick. Kaepernick couldn't throw the ball. Oops, did I say that? He couldn't throw the ball. He had no touch on the ball. He's throwing fastballs all the time.
I caught up with Cap when he was in college.
in
Uh,
Nevada.
yeah, he was with Nevada, and I saw him. I saw I said, "Who's this long dude? That's the quarterback." And they were playing Boise State,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Boise State was 22, 23 point favorites. And I think at the time Nevada was like they was like 5-1. And then I saw a bunch of highlights of Nevada, and I kept seeing this dude. He was running. I said, "Who?" I said, This a black dude, right?" And I looked at him. He was a, mixed dude or whatever. And I took that Nevada game. I took them 22 points. Man, that man was running his butt off against the Broncos. Man, I don't know if they won. I know I got the money. But every time he would drift out, and then he would take man fast, man. He got a long stride and he's fast, man. And this was him in college, man. I was like, man, what's this Kaepernick dude? Is fast. He got about 4 touchdowns they shouldn't have got, like 3rd and 14, and guys were covered. Boys are a good team.
Yeah.
And man, he just took off. He just took off. They couldn't tackle him.
Yeah, he was a straight up athlete. But as far as throwing the ball, they never developed his throwing motion.
Okay.
But I will say this. I didn't like the way that they tried to cheat Baltimore when they shut the lights off in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think they cheated anybody.
Have you ever seen anything like that in your life?
No, I don't think anybody cheated them. I think they just lost.
Oh, they gave the 49ers momentum, because Baltimore was old. Them dudes was 37, 38 years old. They had been warmed up, and then they got cold again. And then San Francisco, they came on a huge comeback. That was Ray Lewis's last dance. But yeah, man, hey, I'm gonna get on off here. I'm glad that they got the soldier. Maybe that's some good momentum for the president. Maybe he can ride this new momentum.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, he'll respect human life more now that he saved this guy.
Well,
and he just had a profanity-laced tirade about Iran. So, and why is he doing it? If they got no defense, they can do anything they want. Why is he having screaming? Because you know why? He knows if they go into the straight, there's going to be a lot of American service members that's going to die. He knows that he can't survive that at the polls. So that's why he's mad.
They shooting down our jets like crazy. Yeah, it's not good.
Yep.
All right, then, Platt, man. I'll holler at you. Have a good one, man.
What's up with you, Tabor?
Man, just hearing the conversation. Heard you was talking about earlier. Y'all got on sports, so just fall back. I know a little something, but don't know nothing at the same time.
We saved a brother, man. We saved the hostage.
It was two. There was hostages. I thought
well, no, my fault. The pilot.
Yeah, we say they was hiding out, so they won't get caught.
He had to. He had to.
Of course.
He climbed up to a ridge, and he was injured. So he did this injured, man. He managed to find a place where he could, duck out for a while. He put on his beacon, and they found his signal, and then they found him.
As he should, man. Survive, especially after something like that. I mean, I ain't gonna say he ain't built for the ground, but he's more valuable in the sky. And whatever happened, he was lucky to survive. Man, I know I was going back and forth with some people in the comments, man. Like, I don't know what people really expecting from this situation. And I know you be talking about the soldiers. I see how you do it with the soldiers, right? Like the race don't matter. It's just you was a former soldier, so you just looking out for your own type within the conversation. But like within the comments, people was just talking about we don't know why we there, and I know you speak about it too, and I always come down for money with America. I know I speak about it too, you know. But Trump is a money dude. He always been like that. Even when he was on TV, no matter how crazy he was, you know, he was still just he was just this person that just made headlines because of what he did, like the shock value type dude. So you know what I'm saying? I hope the war don't go on too long. I'm watching these prices out here as a driver. I know what I ain't hauling. I know for these prices to be what they are, this tissue that I'm hauling is extremely expensive. So it ain't gonna be cheap because these prices out here, they gotta that some way gotta offset. Somebody gotta eat something, man.
We'll see, man. It's Easter. We're enjoying peace in America, freedom. But across the globe are many service people who are not. They got to answer the call to duty. And they got to be ready, willing, and sober to assume the position of watch. And they got to make sure everything stays okay for us. And that's a sacrifice. That's an Easter they will never share with their family today. This is a tradition they'll never share. This Thanksgiving coming up, they're not going to be home. They're going to be overseas.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or you think we at war for the rest of the year?
I don't even know if we can afford it, but we might be.
We gonna find the money. If America don't do nothing else, they'll find some money. Not for what we want it for personally, but if it benefit them, yeah, they're gonna find that money. They're going to debt. I think it was yesterday you was talking about was it yesterday or the 1.5 trillion that they asking for? Or was it this morning? I don't know, cause my sleep schedule been crazy. But you was talking about they needing 1.5 trillion dollars to go to war. Man, that's a lot of bread. And to be asking for it and know you gonna be printing it up, they gonna find that money. Somebody got something to lose, and regardless of what we don't know, somebody still gonna have something to lose, cause they ain't just over there fighting for no for what do you call that, for no award. But that's what I believe. I don't think we gonna be doing too much. I think they gonna stop telling us about the war. When they find something bigger, they're gonna stop talking about it. Which war is big, but they gonna try to dumb it down over time. It's hot right now. Oh, let me tell you this. Your stream has 2 streams.
I know.
So the stream that have most likely the lowest amount of people in it, that's the stream where the link always pop up at. Cause I went out and
I
came
got
back
you.
into another one.
They
So
both
I don't know if
work though,
that is.
right?
Oh, you talking about the viewer or the viewership or the
Yeah, they
links?
both work. No, they both work though. That's what I'm saying. If I put it in,
Yeah, it's
okay,
more work
that's
on the
it.
link with that doesn't show up because you gotta like copy it, then you gotta paste it like in your notes or something, then you recopy the link and then you post it. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
listening on the other one.
Well, it works for me. Both sides, either side, it works fine with me.
Yeah, why does it do a dual stream? Do you know? Because you're the only person like that.
No, I'm not.
Like if I wake up and I see
No,
what
no,
do you
no,
call that?
no. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just go to whichever stream you want to hop on. You go to that one.
All right, I was just making sure you know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm rocking with you regardless. You know, figure I'll bring it to your attention. Cause I know if you knew.
That's YouTube. YouTube wants you to stream this way and the cell phone way. That's YouTube.
Oh, you do it. Oh, because it's long form.
They offer you an option to do both.
Oh,
You could do one or you could do both.
that makes sense.
You could pick one or you could do both.
And that's through StreamYard, but linked through YouTube.
Through YouTube.
That's a bet, man. That's a bet. I learned something today.
But at the end of the day, we rescued our pilot, we brought him home, and we pray for our troops. And we think about the troops who are overseas on foreign soil, and they're giving up their youth, and they've sacrificed their freedom so that we can sit here and have this live stream right here. See, this is proof. This link works. This guy right here, you see this? Tough guy.
Yeah.
That's proof that link works. I don't know I think they were just trolling.
No, the other one didn't. I had to go through a few of them to see which one worked, actually.
Oh, I don't know. So it's the same one. I don't know why they didn't work.
I told you.
It was the last. I think it was the last one. The last StreamYard link. It should work. Maybe. I'm not sure. I clicked on a couple of them though.
Wow, I don't know.
Yeah, one was sending me to some weird ass. I don't know. I just figured it was the wrong one, so I just tried the other ones that you put in there. Just tell him to try every one.
I think he gone, man. I ain't seen him in a minute. I was trying to. I wanted to hear his take on what he was talking about because they get in the comments. They talk all day. Him and another chick was going against each other. I think Archie and Angela or something like that. But
what we talking about, Platt? You talking about the dude that got shot down that they looking for?
Yeah, no, they found him.
Oh, they found him?
They rescued him, yeah.
Oh, thank God. Because they was about to torture that nigga.
You knew that.
We hope not. We hope not. But America found him, so.
Well, thank God. I know he happy.
Well, yeah, I'd want to get out of Iran. I'd want to get out of a foreign country if I was injured.
Especially when you got shot down.
Yeah.
He got shot down, so it ain't like he in great graces with them, or he in bad territory,
Yeah,
no food, no water. You're injured. You're bleeding, and you got to hide from the enemy who's looking for you. You got to be quiet. You got scorpions and ants and bugs.
Trying to sleep.
But once you go through that type of training, they teach them all of that survival skills and all that. It's just that pilots don't usually have to go through that because they get to fly back home. But they do go through training just in case you get shot down or something. You got to be aware of that. That comes with the territory. That comes with the job. If you are flying a plane and you're a pilot and you have the eject button, that means you're gonna be in their land.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no way you can get out of that. So you're gonna have to either be a prisoner of war. I mean, that's what you're gonna be anyway. Because even if you tell them everything they still gonna kill you. And it don't even matter. And because one little person and what they know, they ain't got shit to do with nothing. So basically,
tough guy. We got to work on that.
Oh yeah, I know. I do got to work on it. I'm trying. My bad.
You'll say that and then you'll do it again.
Well, I don't mean to do it though. I think that's where you get it messed
irrelevant though, man. You can't. How about the word can't? You can't do it, man.
Okay.
It's
so
Easter,
every time I get on your channel, I'm just no, wait. I'm gonna just keep it. Can you let me finish? I'm gonna just keep in mind that you like to run your channel like CNN, and so the times that you using profanity and saying stuff crazy, I'm gonna come up here and do the same thing. But other than that, I'm gonna respect your wishes. But I have heard you speak like that, and even worse.
Easter Sunday, man.
Okay, well you can try to. I'm just saying you can try to justify that you be doing it. It's your channel.
Can you suspend it for one day? It's Easter Sunday. Can you not drop?
So are we talking about church stuff, or what are we doing? We talking about Easter? We talking about church? We talking about God? I mean, what?
Yeah, we talking about God. We're talking about God today.
Okay, well, you should dedicate your platform to God today instead of this truth, because you could talk about Him tomorrow. Today is Resurrection Sunday, but this is your channel, man. You
no. Help us out with it then. Go ahead. You can have the floor, sir. Today is Resurrection Sunday. Help us out. Guide us on that.
Yeah, well, that means you should be thankful because there's somebody that actually put his life on the line so that you don't have to go to hell. That's the Christian standard. So today is the day we recognize he has risen, meaning he was woke up from the dead, meaning he is not dead, meaning he's still alive. So a lot of people think that Christ died, but he's still alive. Yeah. So that's where we're at on Easter Sunday. So thank God for Jesus.
Did you go to church today?
I didn't. I usually do because I play drums at church. I don't know if you knew that, but
no,
I did not go today. I was not hired today to play, so I didn't go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I usually fill in for my friends and stuff like that because the church that I used to play at, it was smaller and they didn't really have a budget like that. I tried to help him out as long as I could, but he couldn't even afford that, so I moved on. And most of the people in that church was his whole family, so it's not like he was really making no money off of that. He just was, doing that out of the kindness of his heart, and he's a pastor,
He was spreading the word, man. He was reaching out.
Yeah, I mean, he had a camera on, like, so he would do live streams, but like it was his wife, his kids. He probably had about 4 or 5 members that would come. That's about it, and his family.
They had them kitchen. They got these storefront churches.
Well, actually, this was in a fellowship hall of another church. So there's this white church, and they have a fellowship hall, and I guess he was just renting out their fellowship hall to have service.
Okay. Well, this is a storefront right by the gas station where you can get blunt wraps.
Yeah,
and beer.
That's how some of the best churches is right there.
Right there next door is a church, a storefront church, and I noticed one thing about all of them. They use those tall kitchen chairs, like you see in your grandma's house. They have about 15 of them sitting up there, and I'd be like, "Yo, that's some kitchen chairs."
In church.
Some churches be tax plays for the real estate.
Where they come in and
well, they don't do taxes. That's the whole thing about churches is
I know. It's
so that's how they
hold on, Tabor. We're not. That's illegal, and we're not talking about that, Tabor. That's Tabor. We don't care who engages in criminal activity.
Why not?
I said it was criminal.
No, I'm asking Platt. Why no, Platt? Why not? Why don't we care? I care.
Today is Easter, man. We're trying to show our respect, man. And I was saying that sometimes the storefront churches have kitchen chairs. And
I ain't never seen that. I've been to a lot of churches.
What kind of chairs do they use in the storefront?
They use those little fold ups or the church kit, the church cushions. They kind of like stack on each other. That's how they usually do it. Like even the church I was at, they had like lunch tables, chairs, the little folders. You know what I'm saying? You fold them up.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah. What about picnic chairs?
Picnic chairs?
You ever seen a picnic chair? You know that white chair?
Oh yeah, I seen them. You talking about like you talking about the little outside white plastic chair, lawn chair?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that in church. I ain't never seen that. I've seen them aluminum, them aluminum gray or not gray, but brown them brown aluminum
Yeah,
fold
what
up
they use in
chairs.
wrestling.
Yeah,
I see
I
those.
seen those, and you don't want to
No,
sit in. You don't want to sit in those for a whole hour, nigga.
but
But they got smart in church. They started making them soft seats now. So
yeah,
if
They
you
got the
go to church,
cushions.
they have the cushions on them, and
if you
they
if you
connect to one another. So like
yeah,
if you have them side by side, they'll connect.
if you broke, if you broke, you can get a picnic chair at Dollar General. A picnic chair run you probably $7.99. You trying to furnish your church out? You got a little storefront church. You trying to furnish it for less than $150. You got about 14, 15 chairs. And then you got you could put your little podium up, and then that's all you need, man. That's
No,
all
you
you
gotta have
need.
the music. Gotta have keyboards,
You ain't
drums.
gotta
You
have
gotta
no
have
music. You just gotta have you gotta have some speakers in there. You can go get you some speakers.
a PA speaker. Yeah.
Well, you can go to the pawn shop and get you speakers.
If they have them, I mean that's if somebody pawned them and they have them for sale.
Yeah,
That's
they got
usually what's
that.
in the pawn shop is what
Yeah,
somebody brought there.
yeah. You get you a mixer and a mic, and you
But
ready,
not
man. You
all
got
pawn shops have all that shit. You might have to go
well,
to find one.
you're right. But
Or
I'm saying
stuff. Excuse me.
you got picnic chairs. You got you rent a place out. They charge you say $450 a month, and then you do service, man. You be on there preaching.
That's what you should do, Platt.
You think I need to get the picnic chairs?
No, I think you need to start your church.
You gonna come?
No, I mean, if you take it serious and you really be a pastor, I think you would be. You have a good head on your shoulders, man. You seem
You
like you.
you gonna let me
You
pull
seem
the?
like you. You seem like you still appreciate love. You got that old school mentality of how like women should be, and not that that's how they are, but you still got that idea. You also,
Somebody want to hear it.
yeah. So he got
You
that.
gonna let me
He got a good
exercise?
outlook on life. I think you
You gonna
do.
let me
But
exercise the demons out of you?
no, I don't know. Trust you, I don't know what type of demons you got, nigga. Talking about demons I got. What kind of demons you got?
Bro, we have a bunch of people in them picnic chairs, bro.
What
I'll
would
go
your
and get,
what would your message be, Platt?
I'll go and get that peanut oil.
What
I'll go
would
right
what would be
down
your
there. I'll
message?
go right to Kroger, get that little half a gallon of peanut oil.
It's not
I'll
peanut, it's
tell 'em,
olive oil.
no, they got peanut
Nah,
oil. I'll say I don't
he
want no
old school, so it's
canola.
peanut.
I don't want no canola oil. I want peanut oil. I get that peanut oil. I'll pour that on my hand, and I just lay, bam, I hit you across the forehead with that wet peanut oil and say, I'm trying to save. This man's got a demon in him.
Not
No,
me,
you gotta use
Papa.
blessed oil is olive oil, sir. You gotta use olive oil. It's not peanut oil, food. Olive oil. And olive oil is actually the oil that's the best oil that you should be using or cooking with. Unless it's deep fried food,
I'm not cooking though. I'm trying to get the demons out of you.
then you need to use olive oil. Olive oil is what you're
Well,
supposed
maybe
to
in
use.
about 10 years, I'm trying to jump my church off. So right now I got picnic chairs and peanut oil.
So what are you preaching? Like the prosperity preacher, or are you doing like the word, Old Testament, New Testament? That's
What am I preaching?
yeah. What would you be preaching?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Prosperity.
I'm gonna be Old Testament.
Prosperity, where is that though?
That's what you do in
Damn.
your church.
You
I'm gonna
said
do.
Old Testament. Look, Old
Yeah,
Testament is gangster.
Yeah.
You don't want to
I
teach
know.
the Old Testament, nigga.
How come I don't want? How
Ain't
come I
nobody
go?
gonna want to adhere to that shit because it's old.
They come if they see me pulling demons out of you.
No, you gonna be killing goats and shit. Like that's the old school shit. Is like
Here
killing
we go.
goats, sacrifice. My bad. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, Platt. Why you do me like that, man?
We get a full church. We'll probably need more picnic chairs if I'm exercising demons out of you with that peanut oil.
That's a bit much. I don't like how you saying that. Peanut oil and
I'm talking about spirit, man. Well, people
plastic
don't
chairs.
know. Well, if you ain't got no money, man, them chairs. You know, if they under 250 pounds, they can sit in there.
You're trying to slap me in the head with peanut oil, not even real blessed olive oil. Like, this sounds like a cult. This sounds like a church I ain't trying to go to. I ain't going.
Sound like a cult.
We're gonna be putting it on live. We're gonna live stream it though.
No, I'm straight.
You can reach more people with the live stream instead of having the building. You can start preaching from your highs and really come up. Man, we in a good time. I ain't gonna hold you. We in a good time.
Yeah, people have followings and they don't even have a church. So it's not like you need a building. All you gotta do is just turn on the camera every Sunday morning and have church if you want to do it like that, and then have people get their donations through Cash App.
They be faithful.
Man, that make me want to do that. That sounds like a good ass little hustle every Sunday.
It's a good hustle, bro. If you can really talk to folk and then you can interact with everybody and answer questions, and yeah, I can see it. I mean, there's beauty in the online space if you know what you're doing.
Right.
You know how to make a conversation flow. That's great because you never know, your story could help somebody, or the way you talk can help somebody. You know, somebody else saying the exact same thing you saying, but the way it's your voice, your cadence, that makes a difference.
Do we need, right now it's Easter Sunday. You think we need to tell the people out there who can hear us, if not today's the day, to go down there and start over? I'm talking about talk to a pastor. And today's the day. Start it over.
What would be your message, Platt? Let's say you have a certain service today. What is on your heart? What would you speak about today?
But I'm not a pastor though, so.
No, I'm asking you a hypothetical question. Right now, what is on your mind and your heart and your spirit that you would share with the people that would encourage them and would make them want to show up for next Sunday? What would that be?
I'm not a pastor because you asked
me. That's not the question, fool. I'm asking you a question.
Brother.
Why you always do that, Platt? I know this is your show, but why you do
what they want to do, brother? I'm not a pastor. You asking somebody?
No, I asked you a hypothetical question. It's a hypothetical.
I'm not a pastor. You have to talk to a pastor about that.
That's how the other guy on the panel. Can you tell this Negro what I'm trying to say, please?
I mean,
he obviously don't get it.
I get what you're saying. Well, let me say it like this. I mean, every time you get on, Platt, like you preaching. You preaching about something. You was preaching about the troops earlier. I'm here for it. I mean, I done heard a lot of people speak the way they speak online, and they have join links. It just so happened I've only ever joined your link, and I've only ever donated the way I donated to you.
So he followed you. You his pastor is what he's saying.
No, we'll help you out, Tabor. You need for me to go and get that peanut oil?
Nah, big dog.
Hell no.
Paul.
This nigga crazy, man. Don't listen to Platt, man. Platt be trolling.
Hold on. He said
you be trolling, Platt. I got seen what you be doing. You be trolling.
Hold up. I could go to Kroger. They got they got vegetable, canola, peanut oil. And anybody who's familiar with church know they lay hands.
Mm-hmm.
They put their hands on the forehead of the followers. I have no idea how people are some kind of way interpreting that any kind of way other than. But see, then you got a lot of people who've never been to church. They don't understand church. When you lay hands on somebody, you anoint that person. You get the demons out of them. You put you put oil on their foreheads.
I got so much to say, but
that is so messed up that every
That's like a ritual. That sounds like a ritual, honestly.
It's a ritual.
That's black people's ritual.
It's a ritual.
The anointed one.
If you're anointed, you're anointed. I don't think you need to be anointed with oil.
Nah, ain't nobody gonna have to put hand. You know what? When you're anointed is when other people will say it to you randomly and you don't even know they
Exactly.
doing it,
Like you got
and
something
they walk
special
up
on
on you.
you. Yeah.
They walk up on you and they gonna say something, and it's just like I'm talking about. Stop you in your tracks. Like God told me to tell you, and they don't look weird. They ain't coming at you out of place. Like they just a regular person, and they say something that could have been inspirational for you that day. So that's what I think. Cause I don't believe that. Like I I don't believe a person got to give me the word to give me good words. What's genuine is genuine. You ain't gonna have to over try.
Right here, we
You
got a
just go.
guy in the chat box. He says, if you're looking for some type of salvation today, you're trying to find direction, go to Jones Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church, Clay County, Mississippi, 1853. Now I don't know if that zip code, brother. You're a little short. But then again,
That's
I ain't in
crazy.
Mississippi. Yeah, you got 4 digits.
That's crazy because I'm passing through Mississippi going into Memphis.
You ought to go
That'd be
on
wild.
into boy. You ought to go on down there in the
Man, I'm
African.
I'm 30 miles from Memphis. This is what I was telling you the other day. It'd be wild how I get on here and then somebody will say something and I'm in that state. Like it's like all the states they could have
Oh, you
said,
truck
all
driving,
things they
huh?
could talk about. Yeah. They hit the state I'm in. Like I'm legitimately on 22 going to Memphis. Wow, man. I just
You
wanted to
get
tell
paid
you that.
pretty well then, man.
It's decent.
Hmm. That's a blessing, man. Thank you for your service because we need you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. I was blessed, bro. When I was going through something in my life, it was a dude, an organization that paid for my CDL outright. HCCU
Oh, that's
Certificate
awesome.
School.
Nice.
Saved my life. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, man. Now look at you, you entrepreneur. You doing this shit on your own. You ain't got no boss. I mean, you do, but everybody got somebody they gotta.
Yeah,
But
but hey, you right. I got a boss, but I don't, cause I can pull over right now, go to sleep, and nobody go bother me.
right,
I ain't gonna hold you. I love it.
and that's the best way to be. Especially as a black man, because they will definitely try to pull the rug from under your feet.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
and they be out here with attitudes, but I
I
know I
believe
don't
it,
have
but
to.
yeah, you got a business to run, so you're not like really worried about what they talking about as long as they paying.
There it
As
is.
long as I bring this load here and do this paperwork, that's all
Yeah,
really you got to worry about.
yeah. You can argue with yourself in the mirror later on, big dog.
There
I'm
you
coming
go.
down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Trucking taught me a
But then
lot of
when
patience, man. Even with people,
it's
taught me a lot
we
of
get on
patience.
this YouTube stuff
That's
and
customer service. That's why.
we get on this YouTube stuff and it sounds funny or it sounds good. But if I start referring myself as an apostle, platinum the
You got to
apostle,
be start, but you got to start speaking the word if you're gonna do that. That's the whole thing.
nobody's going
Like
to buy into that
your
platinum.
beginning on your end of your stream, you got to like say a
They're not going to
prayer,
refer to me
a
as an
Bible verse.
apostle. As an apostle,
I mean, people
If
platinum.
you
change
get
what
the
they are every
credentials,
day.
they would have to.
But you don't have to get credentialed nowadays. Dr. Dre ain't a doctor, but he out here making beats.
That's what's
I'm just
that's what's
saying.
the crazy thing is. I'll say this because there will be individuals that have the credentials and they're not good at their job, and then there will be an individual that doesn't have the credentials and they take it very serious and they diligently work and they diligently learn and they do it on their own. And
Because when it's in you, bro.
yeah, that's the whole
Yeah,
thing,
well,
But you got to be able to trust an individual like that doesn't have the credentials because it might be an individual that has the credentials. You trust them and they fuck you over. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Pratt. Sorry, Platt. Uh, they mess you over. You see, Platt. I don't be trying. It just it's a natural thing. My bad.
well, that's
But
not.
yeah,
We're just joking up here. That's not going to happen. I'm not a minister or a pastor. I'm certainly not an apostle, but you do need to go find it. I'll tell if you out there, man, and you never know how this stuff can get to you. If somebody out there, maybe this is your time, man. You need to go to where you think you're comfortable, and get on your knees, man, and maybe that pastor can give you what you've been missing. I'm talking about from a spiritual standpoint. Maybe they can save you. And this is another Easter. Getting drunk, did that already. So what you gonna do now? We come to a crossroads. You look at that pilot.
But can you tell me, Platt, what would your message be to the people? Like, what would you try to encourage people about in this day and time today? What would your message be? Let's say today was your church service. You coming on right now. You're on live stream. What is it about? What are you encouraging people? What is your message? That's what I'm asking you.
Get in the book.
Your message would be get in the book,
Get in the book. Follow the word.
the Bible.
Yep.
Okay. So your message would be to study.
Get in the book. You got to practice it. Don't just read it. Do it.
Bible verse referring to studying.
Okay, study it. Live it. There ain't nothing out there.
I hope it work
So in
out for that person.
Timothy 2:15 it says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing word of truth." What does that mean?
I don't know.
I think it means to do your due diligence because it also says in the word of God, "In all thy gettings get understanding." And I think that that's what a lot of people have nowadays is a misunderstanding. And if you don't agree with somebody, it's like you get canceled, or it's like no room for you guys to coexist or interact. And it's like they want everybody to think one way, and if you don't think that way, then you like outcast or shunned out. But I think that the world would be boring if everybody thought and talked and did everything the same way. There would be no diversity.
Yeah, a lot of things wouldn't have been invented. It would be a certain way. It wouldn't be on YouTube if the dudes that started it thought a certain way.
So I don't know, man. I think it's pros and cons to everything. I think
For
perception
sure.
is everything. I think how you grow up is the way you are going to think. If you think about it this way, we grew up in America at this time. We could have grew up anywhere else in the world at this time and still thought very differently because there's people right now that don't have cell phones that still live an indigenous or uh, island type of lifestyle. You know, there's cultures that don't have phones, cultures out there that are still doing things in a more primitive way.
Amish people.
Not even them because they starting to come around now.
Man, I see so many, especially in Indiana, so many of the little buggies, man, in Ohio. We gotta pull
Hmm.
over, and man, that's crazy. I don't understand. And it be cold outside, but that's their thing. Do you? Yeah, I'm happy to
Well,
be
if you
alive in the time
condition
we in.
that they're conditioned that way though. You know how like we might think it's cold, but if you let's say you've been training, and you've been lifting hella pounds, and so you go and squat 500 pounds on somebody, you know what I'm saying, and they videotape it, that's not everybody's not squatting 500 pounds.
Yeah,
This individual that did that is conditioned to do that. You know what I'm saying? When you
yeah.
are repetitive in that type of practice, that's what you're gonna do.
I mean, I get it. I used to have to I used to have to deliver milk out of Indianapolis, go to Ohio, Kentucky, and all those places. I just seen them, and I remember one day I was in a Kroger's, and there's this little girl and this little dude, like they were staring at me, and the lady that I was delivering to, she was like, "Yeah, they don't see black people too often. That's why they looking at you like that." Yeah, I already know. I already know, bro. So it's like you gotta be aware. Let people be. You ain't gotta disturb people' peace. You just let them rock how they rock, man. It's a blessing.
What do you?
It's Go ahead. My bad.
No, I would actually was just asking you a question. Like, what is the culture of truck driving taught you, uh, just in general about people and products?
Be patient. The biggest lesson I've learned is be patient. Like and that's from the traffic that I may come across, the construction car people in cars, we call them four wheelers. When you deal with people and you delivering, you don't know what people going through. You don't know, like, as far as their day goes, the logistics of unloading product. So it seemed like to you it may only take 20 minutes to unload, but they gotta count it a certain way. Like it's just people. It's how to deal with people. Like I'm way more calm now than I was before when I got in trucking. Like I'm calm with
Mm.
everybody. I give everybody a level of grace that based on the way I look, you wouldn't think I would give you grace.
So you have a certain element of understanding,
Yeah, now I do. Now
right?
I do.
And
And then
so and
my
so
bad.
whatever you're not privy to, how is it that you can act in that way if you don't have that experience or that wisdom?
You talking about if I was telling somebody?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't really might not have that experience or that type of
I see what you're saying.
knowledge. You know what I'm
So
saying? So if they might conduct themselves differently without that knowledge, without that experience, without that wisdom, right?
So I would tell anybody, it's a universal word. Just be cool and listen to understand, not to respond, but to understand. Because the person that's talking to you, they're trying to make a point to you, so you could understand how they see it. And now you
Right.
can go left, but it can make it
Perception.
harder on you.
That's what I was talking
If
about, perception.
Yeah, it can be harder on you when it can be easy based on the fact that, like, just do it his way. It's like your boss at a job. Just do it his way. And if it don't work out, then you know who to blame. But for the most part, you know an easier way to do it. I
So
just be cool.
is perception reality?
It depends on who you asking. For me, no. In some cases, but in
Platt,
other cases,
I want to know from Platt, is perception reality to you, Platt?
Not really, no. I mean, you have to find out.
What do you mean? Can you elaborate?
You got to find out. I mean, you have a perception that something's going on or something, and you got to go find out if you're right or wrong. You can be wrong.
That's true. Y'all remember that case of that girl that said that she got kidnapped and then come to
bruh,
find out she lied about it?
with the baby on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even lie. It just didn't even make sense. Cause it don't be out here, bro. I done been on these streets. Like, I be outside driving, and there's never a woman on the side of the road where you don't see somebody stopping. And if things going left, people go stop, bro. And there are all
Yeah,
kind of
people
people
stop
go
when
stop
accidents happen. People help people all the time. I've seen
all the
that
time.
so many times. If people crash, I've seen like three crashes right in front of me, and people will like hop out the car to try to help. You know what I mean?
I was in Maryland, and I was driving, and it's like a two-way. It's a two-way, but two-lane streets on either side. And as I'm going, a car hop out, and I'm in Maryland, and it was I had two choices: either I swerve left and would have took out a line of school buses, or I swerve right and put the whole truck in the ditch and flip my truck. And this is like the first year I drove. So when the lawman pulled over, it was already people there checking up on me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, none of these people look like me. I'm gonna say it just like that. As far as my
Hmm.
race goes, they was just
Right.
checking on me to see if I was all right. And when the lawman came, he was like, we ain't gonna write your ticket because this is a bad area. We happy you didn't take out the school buses. Like, you
Wow.
know what I'm saying? So it's a I'm from the South, so I could have looked at everybody like they ain't trying to look out, or they wouldn't look out or understand, but that wouldn't be true.
Right.
And that's firsthand experience. So that's more of me being patient, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that could have went left, bro. It could have went left
I
too
got a
much.
question for y'all because y'all black, and I would like to know this question, and I need y'all to be honest. Now, in life, have you noticed more black people helping you or white people helping you
People that don't
as a
look like
black
me
man? As a black man,
as a black man.
Plat too. Do you see more white people helping you, Plat, or more black people helping you in your lifetime, personally?
I'm in a mostly black community, so it's black people.
Okay, and you know what? I can kind of agree with that because you where you are, it might be regional. But if you're around white people and you have good work ethic, or you can bring some type of value to the table, they usually will take care of you, bro. Black people, that's not always true. They're envious, jealous, you know, and they will hold each other back. I had tried to actually get all my cousins. So we're 40 now. So I'm 40 now, and most of my cousins are around my age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, right? And when I had called them probably about 5 years ago, and I had them on the phone, it was at least a good. It was like three of them. It was like my main cousins that I wanted to speak to, and they're all in the room, and I'm over the phone in California, and I'm like, "Yo, we need to get together and build a business of some sort, put an LLC together, all of us cousins, and do something together, right?" And I was just kind of like pitching this to them, like, it'd be dope if we kind of ran it like we all got to pay dues every month, and we all got to do round tables, and we all, and one of my cousins, he got a landscaping business. Brian, this nigga say, "Oh well, I got a business. I got this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." I said, "Yeah, I ain't talking about you." That was my point. It's just like, why can't we come together and do something? Like, what is it about that? Like, why do we as black people feel that that's necessary to be like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, instead of knowing how to work with the other people in your family?
Because most people realize that the people around them wasn't conducive to their growth, and they had to go get it on their own. And it ain't even about looking down, it's about a level of understanding. Like the same way like you came and you was talking about the business side, he realized he had to go get it on his own. And he probably spoke to all y'all about the business. Well, maybe not you personally, but he probably
Right.
spoke to other family members about the business, but they wasn't rocking with that because it was him who was saying it. But once he got the LLC, got his paperwork together, started hiring his people, that's when people was like, "Oh, he doing good for himself." I mean, you gotta keep in mind that there was conversation had on the back end on about him that wasn't good, especially depending on how he was as a kid or a teenager. They'll hold that
Yeah, that's
against you.
true. Yeah, because they do that to me. And I'm out here in California, so like I'm from Kansas, right? So when I go back to Kansas, living in California, there's a mentality like, oh, you live in California. I don't know how to explain it, but I got a
I know
cousin
what it
that I was
is.
real. I got a cousin I was real tight with, right? And he's still doing the same stuff, Platt, um, that he was doing 20 years ago, right? And every time I come back, it's like he got some type of energy towards me
Yeah,
and
animosity.
confusion. But it's not my fault though. You chose the life you chose, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And my life is not yours. So what are you so mad about your situation over mine, and you don't even know what I go through?
Because you figured it out. People be
Well, I
mad at you
figured
because you
out
figured it out.
I figured
Okay.
out to leave because there ain't shit there, and it's I've always felt like a big fish in a small pond out there because I was ended up either gonna hurt somebody or hurt me over women because it's small, and
We
so
sharing the
an
same one.
individual like me, I've had just about all of them, right? And then after all of them, then it'd be like girlfriends and wives and shit like that be coming after you, right? And so niggas don't like that. So I was just like, all right, I'm a dip, you know. So when my mom was like, "Hey man, come to Cali," I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm down." But living with my mom was never a good situation. So when I came out here, that's a whole nother thing. So he don't even understand the dynamic of how I was living out here and how hard it is out here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, they
And
they
then
don't
I and then
understand,
I'm
bro.
starting to and then I'm starting to do. I was doing my music because I've been a professional musician since I was 15. So that's a whole nother thing. You know. But it's just like, hey man, you could have been a bat because he was dope at basketball. He just want to sell weed and sell cars. And I mean, he 1 year older than me. I mean, he like 42. I mean, you ain't really. And then if he fall off, he can go live in his mom's basement. I live far, hell of far away from family. I can't fall off. You feel me?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's why I be out on the road when I'm on the road. I mean,
Yeah, man.
some people when you figure it out, man, is one of them things. It's not just you figuring it out; it's you sticking to it. Cause everybody know you going through something, and they
Yeah.
probably heard some back end things about you, and you doing bad, this, that, and the third. But when you come around, you don't look like you was doing
Right.
bad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
And I always
I'm
got
letting you
on the
know.
new polos. I mean, but that's the whole thing. It's a vacation, so you want to wear your best clothes. You've been working. You've been, you know what I'm saying. So that's what the thing. And when I come, I'm not trying to stunt. I'm just chilling. Like it's good to be around family. I got, you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know, you know.
That
But he always be tripping, bro. Like I'm like, man, like we always get into it, nigga. And it's just like you be trying to son me, little bro me, but it's something about me that you admire or something, nigga.
Nah,
Like it's
I'm
obvious.
telling you, bro. I'm in the situation that you in. Like when I go home, bro, I got clothes and shoes that I done bought 2 years ago, and I don't wear it. So when you
And it's
see
just
it,
old.
it look
Yeah.
brand new. I mean, it's old,
Yeah.
but it's brand new.
Right, right.
You know what I'm
Right, because
saying?
it
And
just sits
so,
in the closet.
yeah, exactly. And people hate that, bro, because you remind them of what they're not. And if you go be in town
But
for a
what do
couple
I
days,
gotta do with that though? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm
nigga, that's a personal thing. You don't. Why are you doing that to me though? That's what I'm saying about black people. We drag each other down, bro, and it's not like an upliftment. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but you can't expect everybody to uplift you, bro.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
being
I've
honest with
definitely
you.
learned that lesson of you can't expect people to be how you are. Trust
Yeah,
me, I know that one.
and you
I've
can
I've
go
learned
around
that
them
lesson plenty of
and you
times
can
over.
go around them and like big them up and give them some good information. And it ain't that what you ain't telling them. It ain't what you telling them ain't true. It's that it's coming from you,
And that's
and they
how I
don't like
felt when
that.
I was talking to my cousins because it was just like, oh, nigga, you in Cali, so you probably got that mentality of just like go, go, go. It's different out there, but we're here, it's slow. All that shit ain't popping here, and it's just like, actually, it is.
But they ain't looking.
There's businesses out there, bro. What are you talking about? There's cleaning businesses, there's restaurants, there's hella shit out there. And then the whole thing is, y'all niggas be begging these niggas for a job. Y'all work for these people, bust y'all ass instead of making our own. When we could have something as a family that's ours.
Yeah, to be honest with you, so my family's like that too. So what I ended up doing is I looked out for my nephews. I tell you, no matter what me and his father, my brother went through, I still looked out for my nephews. But now we're at a place to where I don't rock with them like that, right? So I still got some other nieces and nephews that I rock with. That now when I tell them something because I'm older and it ain't no competition, I got resources to put behind them. So if I'm telling them about credit, they listen because I can show them.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? They younger, they trying to get somewhere, and they ain't trying to. You know how you ask somebody for something, and I'll be like, yeah, you be like, yeah, I can do that, but how about I do this instead? And the alternative is not just that upfront situation, but it's gonna work out long term for you. You feel what I'm saying? And as a kid, I didn't get that. My uncles was a certain way. So I mean, you doing what you trying to do with your people your age. I'm telling you, you got a little nephew down there, or you got a little niece that's probably looking for some type of guidance. You don't know what they're going through, but the words and the information you give them, they can benefit. I told my nephews, man, y'all gotta leave from where y'all at, bro. Y'all can't be down here. Ain't nothing here for you, bro. I'm
Right.
telling you, look around. Y'all sharing all the same girls. Y'all beefing
Yep.
about chicks that hollered at four or
That's,
five of y'all.
and they not even that fine out there, nigga. Once you move around and start traveling and seeing shit, it's just like, man, them bitches ain't shit.
Ain't nothing.
them
You
bitches ain't
cannot.
shit, man.
There's a there's a selected few country chicks you can put against a city chick, even a basic city chick. And the basic
Yeah,
city chick is just gonna be way more flyer because
better.
she can talk
Yeah,
some things that the country chick ain't never went to. You
right.
feel what I'm saying? And then she can take you some places. You can go to 4, 5 places in, like at least in Houston. Well, I mean it's endless all night long. It can pop off all night. You go to the country, they got 2 spots. Then you got to go
Hmm.
down 45 minutes to the next city over to even get something else popping. So yeah, bro, it's you, bro. It's you. You can't your basic your basic lifestyle. No disrespect is magnificent to somebody that basic is bare bones, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They're always
But they
just
don't,
surviving.
and the whole thing is they don't really understand what I go through just to maintain a regular ass life here. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, I'm just a grind, a hustle like shit, nigga. That's But when I say that, a lot of people think, oh, this nigga got money, making money. No, I know how to make shit look good. I know how to maintain, but nigga, like I'm just regular like everybody else. I'm trying to make it like everybody else, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And,
I just know
and you
I got
you
an
know what?
aura though. It's just like I don't know how to explain it. People just get weird, like I don't know, they get intimidated or I don't know, man. It might be my talent, it might be the way that I talk, because when I speak, people listen. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep in mind that and I'm the same way because I was raised in Houston since the '80s, and then I go to my hometown, and I'm as far as they concerned, I'm a city dude. You feel me?
Right,
So I move differently. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all talk a certain way while I am a certain way. So like you said, when you pull up the new shoes or whatever, it's like when you pull into something like that, they've been talking about how good they doing until they pull up to somebody that's actually doing good. Or
right.
just a little your little bit better than them is crazy work. They be mad at that, bro. I'm telling you, that's why I just don't be around. But for me, I move around the country.
But
So
that was my
it
favorite cousin, bro. Like, and
yeah,
I actually see I learned a lot from him, but then I got older and I started to see it was just like it was something about me that you didn't like because you didn't have it. And it's not my fault that you ain't got it, bro. Like you didn't go after it. You didn't that's not what you put time in. Like I put time into being a professional drummer. You know what I'm saying? Like that
yeah,
that's not easy. That people don't understand. Like I could play drums in my house and not get paid, but it's a business of mine. And I've been getting paid since I was 15 with it. And that's
I
just one
mean,
of them.
I mean,
Because
you
that's not
made it.
always consistent.
You made it, bro. You made it out. You was able, and then you were able to make it through whatever you made it through. Cause when you start talking to a country person about city life, bro, it moves too fast for them. It's too much going on at one time. They're not used to that. And if they used to it, it's only going to a club on a Saturday night where the chaos happens. When the city
Right,
chaos
right.
is all every day on a
Every
regular
day.
street, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, they can't take that. That's a lot to consume, bro. Especially if
Yeah, I
you
think that's another thing too. I will have to say because my cousin, he respected, he like OG, and where I'm from, and that's a small town, right? Because you got to put you know what I mean. It's a lot of work. You know what I mean. Like you're gonna get respect for certain shit, but
Man,
when you
a country
you know.
OG is different from a city OG, bro.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is I don't. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think my cousin thought I would make it in this long and still maintaining right now when like gas is $6 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what it's like. It just like, did you expect me to fall off or something? I got a kid, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just trying to then take care of my kid, nigga. And you mad at that? Like, damn, that shit it kills me, bro. Because I would never hate on him like that. I love that nigga, dog. So I don't know. That's what we all try to do is just maintain. Where Platt go?
I'm right here, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
Well, you listening, huh?
I heard you, man. Well, what we gonna do, man, is
I want to know what you think about that, Platt.
sounded good to me. It was not laced with profanity. It's Easter. We're trying to reach out to some people, man. We got our pilot home. That's a good thing. But pray for the troops, man. Right now, somebody's over there. It's Dusty. It's Sandy. Someone's over there in Adak, Alaska. Somebody's all over. Pray
Did you
for
talk about the moon land? Well, not the moon landing, but the exploration to the moon yet?
No, we're gonna talk about the moon landing tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll just say this. Do you think that the actual moon landing was real? Yes or no?
Well, I do. So I mean, I don't want, but we don't really want to go. You're a flat earther, right?
I wouldn't say I'm a flat earther, but I don't think anybody really knows because that's a whole nother element of life that I mean, when it comes to mathematics and science and all that, none of us are really qualified to actually know.
You're a flat earther, brother.
Hey, my bad. My what do you call that? Overheated.
Oh, that's cool. Hey,
Yeah,
man,
I figured you just dropped off. Yeah.
Yeah, what we're gonna have to do now is we got to shut it down anyhow.
Yeah.
We got some stuff we're doing as far as appreciation. It's Easter stuff. In a couple of hours, I'm gonna come back. We appreciate everybody, man.
Appreciate you bringing
Take
back
this
on.
moment out. You back? Yeah. Well, look, in YouTube, boy, take this moment out. You're gonna be in Memphis. Go by a church in Memphis. Don't get into the don't go be running behind them. What they call that stuff? Move. Don't go behind that little dirty. What's that place? That truck stop. More. What's the name of that?
I don't know what you talking about, big dog.
You know that truck stop that they got. What they call it? Lucky's.
Oh,
is that it? Lucky's.
Oh, Loves on Lamar.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, leave them
I'm
women
on my
alone.
way there
boy.
right now, bro.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Boy, you're gonna get the bump.
I just gotta go get me some ice. Something.
No, you're gonna get a bump. You're gonna get a bump that you can't get rid of.
They be outside.
You better leave them. You better leave them girls as long as Easter.
Everybody needs some love, Platt. Everybody need love, bro.
But we out of here though, man. Like, share, support.
All right,
hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. Subscribe to the channel. We'll be back later on. Enjoy your Easter Sunday given to us by our troops. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be having it, man. So if you want to just do what you want to do, man, and enjoy this moment, man. Oh, yeah, and we'll be back later on, Tabor. And Tough Guy. And for you, Tough Guy. But we out of here.
All right, fam.
All right.
All right, player.
All right.